It's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I. Everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I.
Hello, everybody. We are finally here with RFDL Week 1, Day 2. I'm Ecliptic Fades. I'm joined by Airlax, Docky, and Firestreak. How are we doing today?
Doing good.
Feeling good.
Well, at least there's some of us in that. But welcome in, guys. I am so sorry for the tech issues to start off the day, but we are here. We are ready. And, we've got some exciting games planned for you guys today. We are just waiting for some teams to check in. But while we're waiting for that, let's talk a little bit about yesterday, guys, because yesterday was quite a way to start off league play.
Yeah, there was definitely some really interesting matchups last week. I mean, a lot of those games...
Last week? Hold up.
Or yesterday, I mean.
There we go.
My apologies. But we were hoping for a couple longer series. Didn't quite work out like that, but we definitely saw some teams that are looking pretty strong early on in the season. So which one do you think looked the strongest, Docky?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm very biased there, so there's a hard inclination for me to say my own thing was pretty good, but I know that me and Arrow had talked about this a little bit yesterday. With it being early season, I think some teams are going to play a lot better just naturally. And then it'll tighten up, I think, as the season goes along. But yeah, definitely a lot of chemistry I think we've seen early on from some of these stronger teams. I think that's carrying a lot of the goal scoring. So it's been at least exciting Rocket League. It was 2 sweeps and a 3-1, so not the most exciting series scoreline, but the gameplay was fantastic the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely it was. And as you mentioned, yeah, 2 sweeps and then also a 3-1. It was Persian 1 beating out Cloud9 in a sweep, and then Paws beating out Protogen Rebellion in a sweep as well. And then it was Doc's own team, Optic Gaming versus Fox Clan that took the 3-1. And we see that here with the Rule 1 as well. Always gotta respect that.
I mean, yes, I feel like a lot of the teams in this league will go ahead and honor those Rule 1s, which is always good to see. No need to really dishonor those. We are a cultured league, after all. Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, I think it would be hard to claim anything else, but, like, the highlight match of yesterday was not... I guess not highlighted, but the best match yesterday was that Optic and Fox Clan matchup going 3-1, but all those games felt like nail biters to me, at least. Yeah, so, absolutely. I mean, I think those two teams really stood out to me yesterday, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do in the following weeks. So, I guess were there any players that stood out to you guys?
Before you do move on, Fire, I do just want to mention something that is very, very interesting that I'm absolutely loving seeing. Even though we had 2 sweeps and then a 3-1, all of the games were really, really close. I just looked at it, and out of the 10 games total that were played, 7 of them were 1-goal games.
Mm-hmm.
Shows like
that just really goes to show just like how close all these teams are.
I mean, even when the series might not be close, those games are staying really close for sure, which is always good to see. You want to see tight nail-biter games, so... I mean, yeah. It shows how close all these teams are. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, it kind of alludes back to I think what we talked about yesterday as well, with the scrims being tight. The series really at this point can go either way. Who is able to make those extra goals? Like Arrow was saying, it was really close. Some of those series, even though they were 3-0s, could have gone either way. It felt. Didn't feel like anyone had an exceptionally clear advantage, aside from maybe some falterings in late game 3s where things got a little bit desperate. But yeah, it was entirely. It could have gone either way. If one team showed up a slightly bit more, or one showed up slightly bit less, you could have seen those 3-0s going the opposite direction. So definitely agree.
Yeah, I have to agree as well. I do think that everybody looked pretty good, honestly, overall. I think that there were some teams that fell a little bit flat compared to what we expected from them. And I think that they're definitely going to have to bounce back. But I think that, seeing as you said, everybody had like mainly 1-goal games, I think there's a lot of potential in this league for all of these teams to actually do really well. They just need to fix a couple of problems that they've been having, and then I'm sure everything will do pretty good for them moving on. This is a very long league, so all of these teams are going to have so much time to improve, and I'm very excited to see what they can all do coming up. But we also have some really interesting matches today to end the week as well. Let's talk a little bit about those guys, because today in particular we have our first match, which will be the featured matchup of the week. But then we also have two very good matchups to go as well. If we take a look at the schedule for the week, we still have Black Money Gaming versus Twisted Tales, X3 Tactics versus BDS, and we're finishing off today with LumiMawcity versus Gentle Paws. So what do you guys think about those matchups?
I mean, I think all those matchups are really strong matches. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of good games today. I may be slightly biased on which one I'm most excited about, because I'm sorry, I think Arrow's team might need to go down to 0-1 this week, just saying. But
oh, really?
But yeah, hopefully if we get some really good games, I think that'll be what everyone's looking for, so that'll be good. Regardless, I think we're going to see a lot of really close games, and hopefully some series that last a little bit longer than 3 games this week, so, or this day, I suppose. So yeah, is there any match that you're most excited about, Arrow?
Same one as you, really. Except for the opposite reason, because I think you guys are going to go 1.
Oh no.
Oh gosh. I mean, I don't know about that, Arrow. I guess we'll need to see later on today.
I guess so.
But yeah, Docky, what matchup do you have your eyes on?
Well, I'll be honest. I am just hoping for a 3-2. I want to see one series go 3-2 today. Just to break the 3-0 trend, or the kind of blowout series trend. I know we talked about them being close, but just for the excitement of the series scoreline, seeing a game go to Game 5 would be exciting. So I'm hoping for that. Out of the games that are happening, I mean, this first matchup would be interesting to see if it goes there. But yeah, it's there's 3 great games ahead of us, and we'll have to see how those go.
Yeah. I mean, just a little throwback to last year. I don't know if any of you guys remember it, but Gentle Paws last season opened up Season 0 against Kitten Corp going into I believe it was a 3-2 overtime series.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll be able to replicate that this week. That would be really fun to kick off the season again. But we'll
That's
need
what
to
I'm looking
see.
for.
Indeed, it would. Just an entire series all coming down to one goal.
Yep.
Can't get more exciting than that.
I mean, that was an amazing goal by Joshi too last season. But I mean, I'm sure we'll get plenty of good games. Fade, is there any specific series you're really looking forward to seeing?
Well, I mean, obviously, we've got this first series in Black Bunny Gaming versus Twisted Tales. It is the featured matchup for a reason. We're seeing our two SSL managers go head to head. I think everybody's very excited to see that. I gotta say it. I want to see LumiMawcity versus Paws. Parallax versus Firestreak. Like, come on, that's gonna be a perfect matchup to end this week on. And I don't know, for some reason, week one really gave us a lot of matchups that we weren't really expecting to have. In just two people that we all know and love going up against each other. We got Joshi and Hammer, we got Firestreak, Aerolax, we had Cloud9 and Persian 1. That was just the teams going against each other was kind of a bit of a storyline. Both kind of cat related in my eyes. And you know, it's just week one has given us some really good bangers. And I want to see all the matches, but I'm very excited for that last one of the day.
I mean, naturally, whenever you have two teammates of a previous tournament going against each other week one, that's always going to be a good storyline. So, I mean, that's true. I'm seeing in the chat yesterday we had the two roommates going against each other too. So that's a fun one as
exactly.
well.
That's true.
So
Golden
tons of
Devil.
good storylines. Yeah, tons of good storylines for week one, and we love to see it.
Well, good news, guys. I do have all the players in the lobby for the first match. We are just waiting to see what the server choice is, because for this match in particular, we might have alternating servers. We're about to find out, but let's go ahead and talk about this matchup. It's going to be our featured matchup of the day, guys, and I mean, we got a little screen to show you guys for that one, as a featured matchup. We want to show you guys why it's going to be featured, and for this one in particular, as you will be able to see right now, we have Black Bunny Gaming and Twisted Tales, and Black Bunny Gaming starting as the number 2 seed in the league, featuring Hammer, who led the league in all the stats at the end of league play in Season 0. And I mean, guys, let's talk about that for a second. Season 0 was very top-heavy, as we might know, but Hammer, still in that situation, at the end of league play, was leading every single category of stats going into playoffs. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to play there, but the impact that he made on the scene when he came in was so insane. Do you guys think he'll be able to do it again?
I mean, he's Hammer Saints. we all know what
Yeah, it's
Hammer can do. Like, Hammer was the best player in the league last season for a reason, and I mean, I think we might not see quite as many of those like follow-up opportunities that we saw from Gala and Flock last season. This season, since we've gotten the teams a bit more balanced, but at the same time, Liska and yeah, especially Liska, somebody that you can't scoff at all. So I think they're gonna fare just fine this week, personally. So yeah. Arrow, what are you? How are you feeling about Hammer and Black Bunny this season?
I mean, I got the opportunity to scrim them, I believe, yesterday? Or was it the day before? I can't remember. But yeah, they are definitely a very, very good team. And like when I saw how the pick went with Hammer, Vezix, and Sam, just I kind of already knew sort of just like the team dynamic where Hammer would be just like the main shot putter, Vezix just causing all the disruption, and then Sam kind of just cleaning everything up. And that's exactly what I saw when going up against them, and it works so very well. They are definitely not a pushover team for sure. They are a very difficult team to go up against. And once again, Black Bunny Gaming most likely going to be reigning strong in this season as well.
What's your thoughts on it, Docky?
Well, this matchup will be fun. I think this will be it's just going off of the head-to-head between these two. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shot opportunities. I think coming out of this Black Bunny squad, there's a lot of offense-heavy players on that team. Kind of alluding to what Arrow and Fire were saying. I think they have the opportunity to be very strong. Just playing around them is going to be really annoying. I think with how many offensive shot opportunities they're going to try to play for. So it's going to be a matter of trying to keep your head down and just not let it get to you. But I think it's possible. But I think they're definitely going to be a formidable opponent for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, before we start talking in particular about the teams and showcasing the players, we are going to go ahead and do a coin flip for you guys on stream. Gonna turn down the music a little bit while we get this going. In fact, we're just gonna pause that, and we're gonna go ahead and do a coin flip. And this coin flip is to represent what we're going to be doing for servers. So there's going to be 3 EU and 3 NA players in this match. They have decided on alternating servers. So if we get heads here, then we start on NA for Black Bunny Gaming. If we get tails, we start on Twisted Tails for we start on EU for Twisted Tails. So we will see what we get here. Let's flip it. We get heads. So we'll go on back to the desk here, and that is going to be what we do here. We start heads. So I will let the players know. And how this is going to work is we're going to be starting on NA East servers, then for game 2 alternating to EU, then back and forth until we get to a game 5, which would be chosen by the team with the higher goal differential to end that. But guys, as our first alternating server match of the season, this is going to be pretty interesting. Do you think that's going to make an impact on any of the players coming in today?
Ooh.
I mean, I know Joshi has a almost like a little preference for NA East servers, so I don't think it'll really affect him at all. I think he's pretty well used to being on NA servers. I don't think it'll affect him too much. The only person that I could see it maybe affecting slightly is Liska, because having scrimmed against Twisted Tails twice now, that's the only person I've seen really get affected at all by the servers. But yeah, hopefully the servers treat her well and we'll be able to get some good games here, because you never want the game to be decided by servers, you know?
Well, let's go ahead and talk about these teams in particular. Obviously, the prediction has ended, so you guys have casted your votes. But let's talk about Black Bunny Gaming coming into this, as it's a much different squad this season. We're going to be having Hammer, Sam, and Vezix on the field today, and I'm very excited to see what these guys could do. Apparently, Hammer has some stats there that honestly, you can see how I think those are Season 0 stats, and you can see how dominant he was.
I mean, the Hammer show is back. Like,
Yeah.
What else can you ask for? Like, Hammer's great player, and then you have Sam and Vezix coming in support for him. Very strong team, and I mean, I think we're going to see that on full display today. What else needs to be said? Docky, what do you have to add on?
I mean, like we had mentioned before, that's an extremely offensive heavy team. So it's going to be a lot of shots on net, if I had to guess. We'll see if that comes back to bite them, but in my opinion, that's such a hard play style to play around in threes, that hyper aggression, counterattack. So it's possible, but it's gonna be just gonna be a matter of mental and staying with it. So that will be a tough team. That lineup is kind of scary.
Yeah, most definitely is. But like as you said, I feel like that team very much is just gonna be just very offensive heavy, just putting so much pressure on the other team, and like whatever team that goes up against this squad is just gonna have to have just like they're gonna have to get the ice they need to just kind of just lock it down and look for opportunities whenever they can.
Well, let's not forget our opposite team here on the pink side of the field. It's gonna be Twisted Tails, and if there was one person that was able to beat Hammer last season, there were a few, but one in particular was Joshi. As you can see, Joshi, the manager of the squad, along with Liska and Baxis here. Not going to be a squad to turn your nose down to. I think that they're going to be a very strong team. Now, I have heard that their scrim results are not necessarily what they wanted so far, so we're going to have to see if they have made any sort of changes and are ready for this squad, as this is going to be one of the toughest matchups you could have got to start off your season.
Yeah, it's definitely a solid squad here. I think this team is going to have a pretty solid season ahead of them. Joshi is a very strong player. Very offensive heavy team. Again, kind of like Black Bunny. Liska's very strong C3, but also more on the offensive heavy side of the play style than defensive. So two very offensive heavy players with Baxis being the diamond to back them up. I think this series, I think it's going to come down to how much Joshi is able to apply pressure on the Black Bunny side on offense, and then also getting back and supporting those two other players on defense. I kind of think he needs to play both roles in this series, and we'll see how he's able to do that.
And I just also want to say, Liska goated.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think Liska, one of the top C3s of the draft, definitely gonna have to have a show-off performance today to try and beat the squad. But I think if anybody could do it, it would be Liska. So, I guess anybody else have anything to say about these teams?
I guess only really one thing that I can say when I was looking at that is that there's really only like a one rank difference between these two teams, because both Hammer and Joshi are SSL, Sam and Liska are C3, but then Bezix is a C1, whereas Baxis is Diamond 3. So there is just that slight little gap in terms of rank, but I feel that Twisted Tails, even with that slight disadvantage, still is going to give us a very, very competitive game.
I mean, I have nothing else to say. Docky, what about you?
Just to slightly repeat, I guess, a little bit. I think this team has a lot of potential. I think there's more midfield play that we'll see, I think, out of this team in terms of trying to set each other up. That's what I kind of want to see out of this team specifically, is kind of supporting each other, and making everyone's jobs easier. And I haven't played with Joshi last season. I know he's capable and good at doing that. So, they're definitely not a team to be scoffed at. I think they have a lot of potential to be one of the top teams in the league. And I guess we'll see if that culminates. Is that the right word?
Culminates, yeah.
Here in this
Okay.
first matchup.
Well, the last thing to do while I wait for Docky to see my invite is predictions. So, obviously, live game, nobody knows what's going to happen here. It's time for the entire desk to predict what's going to happen. I'm going to start us off here with my first prediction of the season. And honestly, I'm gonna say 3-1 to Black Bunny Gaming. I've played against Black Bunny Gaming in scrims. They look amazing. Hammer's just been doing hammer things the entire time. I love, also I'm a certified Joshi hater, but actually love the guy, but I'm sorry. This is going to be a match that I think it's going to be a little bit tough for the first week, so I got to give it to Hammer Squad.
I guess I'll go next then. I think all these games are going to be close. However, I see it going 3-0 in favor of Black Bunny, simply because the weaknesses that I saw when scrimming Joshi's team play right into the favor of Black Bunny. So I think they're going to be close games, high scoring games, but yeah, I see the sweep here.
Let me go last. You.
Fine. All right. I hate to do this because Liska was just such a good teammate last season, but I'm going to have to also go with Black Bunny. Just like from having scrimmed them very recently, and also hearing just everything that I'm hearing from like all you guys about Twisted Tales, I feel that Black Bunny is definitely going to have this one. However, again, I do feel that Twisted Tales most definitely is able to keep this competitive. So if they're able to lock in here, even though I'm predicting Black Bunny, I feel it might go 3-2.
Well, that's why I wanted to go last, because I wanted to break the pattern here. I had a feeling that I was going to go that way. I'm going to change up, so it's not entirely one-sided. I will go 3-2 in terms of Twisted Tales. I think they have the ability here to show up and show up well. So I have faith that they can come together here. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 in terms of Twisted Tales.
All right, guys. Well, our predictions are in. The lobby is getting started, and it is time for our first match of the day. It's going to be Black Bunny Gaming versus Twisted Tales Esports Club. It's going to be an interesting series. Everybody is ready to go. So let's get on into the game and get started here as we wait for everybody to get in. And I see that there's already a problem. I love Rocket League.
Oh.
Okay, so I guess we'll just be waiting on everyone to join in here then, because we're going to be looking out to see. I think the person that we're going to be looking at for this series a lot is going to be Liska, and how well they're able to have the chem with Joshi. Because I think if they're able to get a lot of those passing plays going, if they're going to be able to synergize with each other well, I think Twisted Tales has a good chance to maybe take an upset here. But I do still feel that Black Bunny is going to be the favorite going into this matchup. So Arrow, what are you feeling with that?
Just so you guys know, Josh's computer blue screened, so we're waiting on him now.
Oh, fun. I'll try.
We'll call it a PC gaming production here. I think that's the right word for it.
It is indeed NA Productions, but yeah.
This isn't even my fault.
I'm honestly.
Yeah, I think. I mean, wouldn't that make it EU production then? Like, dang.
Actually, yeah. Hold up.
Yeah, this is EU production this time, guys. Come on now. So, yeah, I'm sure Joshua will get right back on here shortly, and we'll be able to get that game going for you. But, Docky and Aeralex, I guess, what is the key, like, a player or a duo that you're going to be looking at during this series? I know I already said, I'm going to be looking at Joshi Liska mainly, but who are you guys going to be keeping a close eye on as the key difference maker in this series?
Well, I mean, personally, the biggest difference maker here is going to be Baxis. I think that depending on how well Baxis shows up, that's going to be kind of, I think, their X factor for Twisted Tales. But I think Baxis will be able to do that. So.
Okay, we're going now,
I believe
guys.
so as well, because Baxis in particular was just absolutely popping off in parts of the Combine stream, and just very, very good player overall. And being put on that team as well. I know Joshi and Liska also have some chem with each other as well, and I feel that Baxis is going to fit in very, very well there. Yeah, we finally have a game.
And we do have the game underway. Black Bunny against Twisted Tales. Here we are. And I mean, I guess on the Black Bunny side, we're going to be looking to see how well Vezix is able to disrupt Twisted Tales, and then how well Hammer is going to be able to take advantage of that. But so far, it looks like Black Bunny is going to get some early pressure in this game.
Indeed. But So far, I've seen a bit of pressure from both sides. However, Sam nearly putting one on target already. A bit of a double commit from Twisted Tails there. Baxis and Joshy both going for that. Now Liska having to scramble back to try and save this. I'm already seeing very low boost on the side of Twisted Tails a lot. And that's really not going to be good going up against this Black Bunny Gaming squad, because they're going to need every ounce of boost they can to keep up with the speed that Hammer can put on. We've also seen a bit
they are going to need. Yeah, they are going to need to be able to keep that boost, those boost meters full. But again, like as you were saying, we saw two players need to scramble for big boost there, and if they're needing to do that too much, that's not going to bode well. Just like we saw with Protogen Rebellion yesterday, it looks like Baxis is getting a good controlled clear out of their back half, which is always good to see, especially from those lower ranked players being able to control the ball well. Sam is able to apply pressure right away once again. And it looks like Twisted Tails is, again, needing to try to make a clear out with low boost. So we really want to see them being able to have a bit more boost control in this game if they want to hang in with it. Arilax, what do you think they need to do in order to keep that boost, those boost meters full?
I mean, right now, the big thing I'm seeing is lacking is currently just pure possession. Black Bunny Gaming is just constantly having possession, and anytime Twisted Tails gets it to the Black Bunny Gaming side, they just immediately lose possession. So even if they have low boost, they're just going to have to try and keep control of that ball as much as possible. But as we're seeing there, with a bump from Vezix, that is very, very difficult, as Joshy just gets a crucial touch over to the corner. Now Hammer coming off the ceiling, tries to get it past Liska, but just isn't able to do so. Finally, we have a shot from Twisted Tails. Sharky with the double! And off that side is going to open up the scoreline. 1-0 for Twisted Tails.
And that is an absolutely magnificent shot. Joshy just showing off why he is an SSL there, and just a beautiful double tap. Nothing too crazy on his side for his standards, but still a wonderful shot. And by surprise there, we see Black Bunny going for an early fake kickoff, which is... maybe them trying to get into the heads of Twisted Tails. A great flip reset by Joshy, but that is an amazing save by Sam. Sam showing off a little bit of a defensive play there, which is always good to see. Maybe a little bit Gentle Paws-esque from last season. Always good to see that. Joshy getting a pass to the middle. Baxis unable to convert. Vezix trying to clear it out. Unable to, though. Sam able to complete that clear, though. Vezix up for the shot, unable to get it on target. Liska playing it to corner. And we're seeing Joshy trying to clear it out to corner, trying to get a little bit of control, kind of playing it down the middle of the field, which may be a bit risky if he gets a poor 50 there. He's able to control it well enough to be able to clear it into their half. Hammer going for the double on Joshy. Hammer trying to respond on his own double. Not getting the goal, but a great pass down to Vezix, who's able to finish it off. The first goal of the season for Black Bunny going to Vezix, showing why he is such a strong C1. Arilax, what do you have to say about that?
That was just a very, very good pass from Hammer there. Knowing that Joshy most likely had him covered, so just passes it back to both teammates on the other side there, and is just able to confirm that goal there, tying the game up. With a minute left, we're starting to get into the region where next goal is going to take the game. And it looks like right now Twisted Tail is getting a bit of pressure here. Hammer getting a crucial touch over to the corner here, but Liska just slamming that one back into the midfield. Sam having to try and get this one out. Hammer taking this one off. Oh my goodness, what a musty. Sharky just having to get a crucial save there. And we're just seeing bouncing back and forth from both sides.
Yeah, that shot definitely had the power on it. Just a great save by Joshy there to clear it out. It looks like Joshy going for a full field shot of his own, unable to control it long enough to get it on target though. Liska trying to clear it back into the Black Bunny half, playing a bit of ping pong here. So we'll see who's able to get control of this ball first and control the ball onto the opposing half. Looks like Black Bunny is going to get the first opportunity. Sam going for a shot, unable to convert on it though. Vezix with a 50. And no one there to follow it up, though. It looks like, once again, Twisted Tail's trying to clear it onto the opposing half with low boost going into that 10-second mark. It looks like Liska trying to get the pass middle, unable to. Hammer's going to clear that down. Overtime, game 1.
Here we go, already showing just how close these teams are. I'm really glad that I predicted that this would go 3-2. But we're seeing we're starting to see Twisted Tails get a bit more possession here, which is very, very good to see. That is what you need against this Black Bunny Gaming squad. As Sharky is going to try and take this one around the corner. Sam taking it off of him. Now Hammer just launching one off onto the backboard. Liska not able to get the touch! And Hammer just going to slot that one right by Baxis, taking the first game for Black Bunny Gaming.
I mean, you see Twisted Tails just so low on boost there, all of them nearly empty, and that just leaves them so vulnerable to a powerful shot from Hammer there. Hammer's going to slot that one away every day of the week, and that's just going to finish off game 1 in Black Bunny's favor. I think we saw a very even matchup there. It's good to see a game go that close into the wire right away there, so I mean, I think that bodes well for this being a really competitive series, and I mean, Black Bunny taking it early. Do you think this is gonna hold for the entire series, or do you think this one's gonna go back and forth, or Arrow?
I honestly think it's going to go back and forth, because one thing I did want to mention is that game right there was played on NA East servers, which does in fact favor the Black Bunny Gaming squad. However, now we will be moving over to an EU server, which will instead favor Twisted Tails. And with how close that game was, I feel that Twisted Tails is going to have a lot more of an advantage going into the second game, and I feel that that advantage is going to give them a win.
I could definitely see that happening. I think my prediction may not bode well for me, but I guess we're going to need to wait and see as we're getting things set up for this next game. But yeah, that first game, I think we saw a really solid support role from both Baxis and Vezek. So it's really good to see those two lower ranked players being able to show up in big ways for their team. Both Vezek being able to follow up with and score a goal early on there for Black Bunny, and seeing Baxis making some key defensive plays to keep his team in the game there. So as we see those replays now, we see that was just an insane shot by Sharky. Sharky is known to be able to hit those tight angle doubles, but that's
save though.
I mean, Sam showed up on the defensive half so well for Black Bunny, making so many key defensive plays, which is something I didn't expect from him going from the combine. And I think the key for Twisted Tails in this next match is just being able to control their boost a bit better and being able to hold on to boost on the defensive half. So maybe pad pathing a bit better on their defensive half, which is going to leave them a lot less awkward in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. But very shortly, we're going to get into the second game, and we can stop all of the predictions and start actually seeing what's going to truly go on here.
I mean, with the server switching back to EU, hopefully we're going to be able to see Twisted Tails kind of claw their way back into this series and not leave themselves in a situation where they can do a reverse sweep. So I think this is a really key match for this series. If Twisted Tails is able to win this one, I think there's a really good chance that we get a 5-game series here. But if they're
absolutely
not able to win this next match, I think it's going to be really tough for them to be able to keep themselves into this series. And I think this is probably the game of the series right here.
Yeah, it honestly is, because as you were mentioning, we have the potential for a triple match point, or if it goes in Twisted Tail's favor, there is a very, very good chance that this goes to Game 5. The only thing that I want to mention, though, is that if it does go to Game 5, I believe, if we're keeping the same rules as last season, that means that Game 5, the server will be decided on goal differential. So every single player on every single team is just going to have to try just as much as possible to get as many goals as possible to give themselves that advantage in order to give themselves that server, because as we might see here, that server might be just the deciding factor.
Yes, it very well might be. And I mean, there were so many times last season where the servers were decided by one game, or where it's only decided by one goal. So, I mean, even if a team does get down by 2 or 3 goals, they're going to need to fight to stay in those matches and get as close to as they can to being a 1-goal game. As we get into this essential game 2, we see Black Bunny getting a little bit of an advantageous kickoff for themselves, but it's just kind of playing ping pong in the middle of the field here. Bax is trying to control that, but doesn't really get the first touch that he wants. A little bit of awkwardness on the defensive half of the ball for Black Bunny, but that's going to give Twisted Tails the opportunity to keep some pressure here. A double commit, though, early on. Vezix trying to slot it away. He's unable to hit the open net, though. Unfortunate for Vezix. He's going to want that one back. Liska going for the reset. Unable to get it, but Sharky able to get a quick follow-up there, which is going to get cleared out by Hammer so quickly there. Vezix trying to establish pressure. Joshi able to clear it out, though. Hammer is going to try to control this in corner, gets it around Joshi, is also able to get that boost, which, as we were saying earlier, that's going to leave them a bit low on the boost unless they're able to get some really quickly here. What are you seeing early on in this game? As Sharky puts one away. Good follow-up by Sharky there to give Twisted Tails the early lead. We'll see if they're able to hold on.
Yeah, just very good timing there, because I was just about to say, just what I'm seeing right now is Twisted Tail scoring a goal. But I feel like that's a sign of things to come here, because I have a sneaking suspicion that this series is just going to be back and forth constantly, kind of following the servers as we go through. And then again, it's really just going to be that last deciding server that I feel will have a massive effect on just how the series is going to go. But we're seeing a lot of pressure still from both teams. Black Bunny Gaming, I feel, still having more pressure overall, even in this game where they have a slight disadvantage in terms of the server.
Couldn't agree more. And I think somebody that I haven't seen much on the offensive end from so far is Liska. I want to see her get a little bit more involved on that offensive front, as we see Joshi trying to clear the ball onto the other side, but that's just going to be scooped up by Hammer. And they're kind of playing a lot more time this game in the midfield, and we're seeing Twisted Tails more often being able to win those midfield battles. And I mean, we see Liska going for another flip reset, and faking it once again, which seems to be working really well against this Black Bunny squad. Do you think that's kind of where Liska is making the most difference in this series?
It might be, yeah, as Liska once again going to go up for this. Just kind of keeping it into the Black Bunny Gaming corner. But we're seeing just quite a few breakaways from both teams, honestly. Not really too much consistent pressure, although there is definitely a lot of it from both teams. But it seems to just be constantly flipping back and forth between each side. As we see Sam going up for this, trying for a double, but Sharky is just going to be sitting on that back wall there. He's able to clear that so very well. But now Hammer, full boost, and the ball gets it past 2 there. Sharky tries for the touch, isn't able to get it, and Sam is just barely going to be able to be there in time, just slotting that one top left and tying up this game.
I mean, this is something that I'm now kind of noticing is that so far this series, we've had 1 goal from every single one of the Black Bunny players. They are all getting really involved on that offensive front, and it's not quite as much of the Hammer show as we saw last season. We're seeing just a lot of those team plays, a lot of people getting involved for Black Bunny, getting that good offensive pressure, giving all of them opportunities to score, which is really good to see, and I think that will bode well. I want to see Liska and Baxis in particular getting a bit more involved on that offensive front for Twisted Tails if they want to stay in this series. But Sharky getting a good clear to the opposite end.
Oh,
We see a beautiful pinch by Hammer. That's what we like to see from Hammer, making those more mechanical plays. Sam opting to try for a double here. Sharky is going to clear it out for him. But Liska going for an offensive play doesn't get the first touch that she wants, but that's just going to keep offensive pressure for Twisted Tails. Looks like Black Bunny clearing it to the other side. Baxis saving Hammer's shot. Great save by Baxis. Vezix trying to keep pressure here and trying to get the bump on Sharky. Gets it, but no one's in position to follow that up. Kind of settling for the midfield here. Twisted Tails booming it to the Black Bunny side. Sam getting a bit awkward, and that's going to leave Hammer to try to clear it out. Sharky trying to keep pressure. Going for the flip reset. Unable to get it, though. Sharky trying to just hold the ball on their side of the field there, but it looks like with that demo, it might be a bit tough for them to keep pressure unless Sharky is able to get the play right there. Hammer, what are you seeing in terms of possession here?
I'm not Hammer.
Airlax.
You'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry. I'm just glad I'm getting compared to such a good player. But yeah, one thing I'm actually really noticing here as the clock ticks down to the final couple seconds. We might be getting to overtime, but one big thing that I'm noticing from both of these teams, as Hammer gets a beautiful save there, is that, like, as I mentioned, there's just a lot of back and forth, but I feel like that's because both teams just aren't really supporting the rest of the team in offense. Because I've seen multiple times where the main offender, like the first player, is trying to play on the ball, but then as soon as they get off the ball, just both other players are just not there to support. And I feel like whichever team is able to get that support first is going to have a massive advantage going further on in the series.
I mean, yeah, the ping pong game has definitely been kind of strong in this one, and we're seeing once again Twisted Tail's a bit low on boost, but Sharky, being the one with boost, is going to be able to clear that one out. And I think we've seen a bit more of that support coming in from the Black Bunny side. That's where they have been scoring a lot of their goals, and we just want to see them be able to do that a bit more consistently if they're going to put this game away. Hammer getting a close shot on net there, but unable to quite get it on target. Baxis going up for that one, leaving Joshi a bit awkward, but Sharky keeps it off target there. Liska doing the clear.
Oh, what a redirect!
And look at that. As soon as a passing play comes out, we see it be struck home there. Beautiful pass and beautiful vision from Liska to be able to strike that upfield. And Joshi, just a beautiful redirect to be able to put that one home. Joshi, once again, being able to carry the shooting for Twisted Tails to have them take game 2.
That is absolutely gorgeous shot right there. My goodness, just Liska up to Joshi and then just able to put that around the defender and into the net. Just, I'm gonna be honest, just that right there might be a goal of this weekend. Just right there, my goodness.
I mean, absolutely. That is the goal we have seen this weekend, and that's just such a beautiful goal. Both the passing play to get it up to Joshi, and then Joshi just finishing it with the most insane redirect we have seen in RFDL, potentially. So, I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. I need to see the replay of that in the montage after this game, because that is just an insane game. Both games going 2-1, one to each team, both in overtime. This is proving to be a fantastic series so far, Airlax.
Yeah, and you can see why it was the featured matchup here, because not only was it the storyline of Hammer and Joshi, two very close friends who actually got to SSL both with each other, and it's just, oh my goodness, it's so incredible to see this, because as getting notified that there's more tech issues, because of course NA production, always fun.
Oh, it looks
But
like
just-
it's issues on the side of Black Bunny, so might not quite be NA production, even though I think they are a primarily NA team. So
Indeed they are.
yeah, so that might be a little bit of NA, but not RFDL NA production, Black Bunny NA production. So I do think that despite the NA production, we're seeing a very strong series here. And we're gonna see quite the a good varying level of shots here, and some really good saves. I mean, I think the story of this series so far is just seeing the support players on Twisted Tails playing really well in that defensive half. We've already seen a couple really good saves. Oh, that's just such a good shot, though. That is insane.
That is gorgeous.
But as I was saying, we have some really good defensive plays on the side of the support players from Twisted Tails, which are keeping them in this series. Like, I think they are the storyline so far, is seeing Liska and Baxis just really getting some good plays on that defensive front, which is keeping them in these games.
Yeah, and also speaking of storylines, I do also kind of want to mention a little bit more, as Sharky was in the runner-up team of last season, and then Liska, as I would know since I was part of the team as well, part of that Rule No squad, which just made a massive comeback in the latter half of the season. And honestly, I've got to give all credit of that to Liska, just playing so very well in that latter half of the season, taking the entire team, going from 6th in the standings all the way up to 3rd, which is just absolutely insane to see. And I'm very excited to see just where this team goes, really.
Yeah, and I mean, Liska kind of showing up in different ways than we saw her last season. Last season, we saw a lot of offensive play out of her, but now we're kind of seeing her kind of play a more supporting role, making passes up to Joshi, being able to take a little bit of that, take the reins on that defensive front a bit more, and it's really good to see her be so versatile in these games. Like, being able to see her fill in so many roles, I think, speaks to why she was such an early pick in the draft. And I mean, she's, in my opinion, one of, if not the best C3s that we're taking in the draft, and it's really good to see her just show up and play so well so early on this season. I think we're going to be keeping an eye on her, but even on top of that, despite both Liska and Baxis not scoring any of the goals so far for Twisted Tails, Baxis just making a couple key saves to keep them in that match. I mean, seeing Baxis shut down one more mechanical play by Hammer is something that is so key to keep them in there. So, I mean, we're seeing Baxis and Liska really show up for Twisted Tails, and then just Joshi being able to finish off those goals so well. So, I mean, I think that's kind of the storyline so far, is we're just seeing those support players being able to set up Joshi to be able to do his thing so well so far. And I'm kind of getting some info on the back end right here that Black Bunny's trying to fix some ping issues, and if it takes more than 5 minutes, we're going to see Twisted Tails get a free win here. So, as per league rules, if we're needing to stall for more than 5 minutes to fix some technical issues on one side, we're going to, as per league rules, we're going to see them, or be able to see Twisted Tails pick up a free win, which we never want to see. But yeah, it's a bit too late in the series to throw in a free agent. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do there, and hopefully we see those ping issues get fixed for on the Black Bunny half. So, I mean, Arrow, what are you thinking is going to be the key going into this game 3?
You can never really know for certain, because every single game is going to be played differently as these teams learn more and more about each other. Because I was especially seeing right at the end of that game, especially with that pass, just Twisted Tails starting to work together a lot more. And if Black Bunny is able to adapt to that, which I know they are most definitely capable of, it can most definitely shift the dynamic of the series.
I mean, yeah, this series has definitely been neck and neck, and any advantage that these teams can get will be very welcome by these teams. Airlax, don't quite remember, but I don't think we have any free agents that are. It matters which player we have that's having ping issues, but I am just getting word that they are getting back into it, so I think those
Here we
ping
go.
issues might be resolved, and we might get a game 3 here to help continue this series, which has been all too competitive. Yeah, I mean, just ping issues. We can just cycle through servers until they get those ping issues resolved, and it looks like we are heading right into this game 3. Black Bunny, Twisted Tails, even on the series 1-1, and Joshi trying to get some early pressure here. We have Hammer trying to get a controlled clear out, tries to get it past Liska, unable to. Liska showing up on that defensive front once again. Sharky getting a clear on net. Sam missing, but it's off target. Hammer's going to be pad pathing on that back half, trying to conserve as much boost as he can. Sharky getting it past Vezix. Sharky getting it past... Oh, getting it past Sam, but unable to get it on target. Black Bunny scrambling on the back half, trying to keep it on. Sam needing to get a crucial save there, and is able to shut down that double tap attempt. Hammer with control, with the open net, unable to get it on, though. He's going to want that one back there. I don't think he identified that he had the open net soon enough to put it on. Vezix getting a shot on, not quite on target, but keeping that pressure. We see Black Bunny holding a ton of pressure. They have the boost control. They're going to be able to hold pressure because of that. Liska being able to pick up a big pad, and it looks like they're able to recover some boost there, but with the own goal! Oh no, a little bit of panic there on the side of Twisted Tails, which you never want to see. I
We
mean,
saw all 3 of the Twisted Tails members just in that corner, just rushing back for that, and then Liska and Baxis just pinching it into the back of the net.
yeah,
That's just so unfortunate.
Once those rotations break down like that, where you have all 3 players in one corner, it's so easy to start panicking there, and that's what we saw out of Twisted Tails. Definitely unfortunate. They're going to want to maybe clean up those defensive rotations as the season progresses. But as we move on, we see some early pressure from Black Bunny. They're unable to hold it, though. Twisted Tails trying to clear it. Black Bunny putting it right back on their half. Baxis, good rotation by him, able to clear it out. Sam trying to control it, keep the pressure, but it looks like Black Bunny's going to get a pinch to put it right back in that Twisted Tails half, and Hammer going for a shot, able to get a double, and that's going to put him up 2-0 in favor of Black Bunny. They're kind of taking control of this game. What do we need to see out of Twisted Tails here, Erlac?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Black Bunny is just coming out guns blazing. Just 2 goals in 2 minutes. That is very, very difficult for Twisted Tails to deal with. They're going to have to try and find a way, or else Black Bunny Gaming is going to be on double match points. As we see Sam way high up in the air getting that over Baxis. But we're seeing just so much pressure on this Twisted Tail side. And they're just constantly scrambling on this back end. Not really able to get too much footing of their own to try and mount a comeback, but they're going to try it anyway, as Sharky almost able to get that one over to Vezix. Liska trying to put that one mid, but Hammer, just so much control, able to get that over. Unfortunate touch, but it's going to play safely over to the corner. Now Sharky over Sam, but gets bumped. That's going to allow Vezix to just take full control, but the Liska dunk, and that's going to slot right into the top of the net, and Twisted Tails had finally answered in this game 3.
I mean, Vezix definitely more of a mechanical Champ 1. We've seen that multiple times this series, but right there, you'd like him to identify he's low on boost. The best he's going to be able to do there is get a 50, and just we would like to see a bit more awareness from him to be able to identify that. But Sharky immediately going for the fake flip reset, gets a favorable 50, which is going to put Twisted Tails immediately back even on this series. A bit of a double commit on the half of Black Bunny there, and desirably you would want to see one of those players stay grounded to be able to clear out that 50 there. So, I mean, we're looking to see if Black Bunny's able to regain here after giving up two quick goals, but Twisted Tails making a strong comeback here on NA servers, I believe, too. So we're lined up for a great game here. We see Sharky clearing it across their half, is going to be able to pick up this big boost, being able to get control. He is trying to stay on the ball, unable to. Vezix unable to control the ball, though. Liska passing it middle. Hammer able to clear it to side though. Hammer trying to take possession. Sam taking it from him though. And we're going to be able to see a 50 here. Goes in favor of Liska. Liska known for those really strong 50s by her. We see Sam trying to clear it out. A bit low on boost here. We see Hammer's the only one with boost for Black Bunny is needing to cash it in to get the clear here. It's going to be hard for them to keep pressure if they're not able to get boost quickly. As we see though, Twisted Tails going to get the clear. Twisted Tails trying to get pressure. Unable to though. We get a clear from Black Bunny. We see them with a bit more boost this time. They should be able to hold pressure here. Hammer being able to pinch that onto their half though. Twisted Tails low on boost here. We're going to want to see them clear that to the side so they can regain that boost there, and they're able to do that. It looks like Black Bunny has cashed in a lot of boost to try to maintain this pressure, and they're just looking, scrambling to try to get a goal on net here quickly. They get 2 shot opportunities, unable to get it in though. Sam trying to put it in. Baxis, good save though. Baxis showing up once again on the defensive half. We're going to get Hammer trying to hold pressure here. We see good rotations on the half of Twisted Tails, but they're just on such low boost for so long. They need to clear it out soon if they want to be able to clear this out and avoid a goal here. Vezix trying to keep pressure, and Liska just with another unfavorable 50 for her. It looks like, good rotations, keeping it in. What a save by Liska, going in for the last 10 seconds, and we get a shot on net from Hammer. Twisted Tails just found on such low boost for so long. That is such a good effort from them to stay alive for that long. But if you're that low on boost for that long, it's going to end up biting you. And we see Hammer strike home a goal right there.
And with 7 seconds left, Twisted Tails is just going to have to try and get something real quick here. But Liska popping that one, trying to pop that one mid. Vezix going to keep this one up. Might give us a chance, but no! Is just going to put another one home. Just extending that goal lead by 1. And that is just a very crucial goal there, because again, with the servers, that might give Black Bunny the advantage going into Game 5 if we get there.
I mean, Black Bunny, for the last 2 minutes of that game, it just seemed like they were in full control there. Just completely having Twisted Tails starved of boost and looking more like the Black Bunny gaming of last season, just relentless pressure. And that's something that Twisted Tails is going to need to fix going into this essential Game 4 here. Because, like, any time that you're starved for that boost that long, even though their rotations on the back half were so much better than what we were seeing in the last game, we just saw them just on such low boost for so long. And I mean, we're looking at a situation here where Twisted Tails is on double match points, and they're just really having a hard time holding that boost. Or Black Bunny on double match point there. And I mean, we just want to see them being able to keep those rotations, but also maybe pad pathing just a little bit better on their back half so they're not so low on boost. I think that's going to be the key for them, because their offense is looking really strong so far. And I mean, their defense just needs to, even though it's looking much stronger than I've seen them do so far this season, and both in scrims and on in this match, we're seeing just relentless pressure from Black Bunny. And I mean, as we go through these replays, I want to point out that this offensive play by Vez here was just beautiful mechanically. I mean, anytime you can try to get that player to cover a double tap instead of just the shot on net, that's going to leave them a bit awkward. And that's just a beautiful play from Vezix to be able to strike that last one home, which may prove to be essential going into these last games of this series.
Indeed it is, but as we get into this next match, Game 4 of this best of 5, might be the last one if Black Bunny can take this, but Twisted Tails, once again, having the server advantage here, is going to want to try and take full advantage of that, as Hammer is just going to slot it into his own net, and Bax is going to get credited with that goal. That is so unfortunate to start off this match. We see Bax is trying to clear that out, and I think Hammer trying to put it off into the corner, but just gets too much of a skim on it, and it's just going to pop it right into the back of the net. And only 11 seconds in, Twisted Tails already up by 1. And they're going to want to try and get another one here, but Black Bunny Gaming, once again, just putting on all the pressure, trying for a musty there, but Hammer just not able to get that one. And a bit of scrambling here. Sharky just barely able to keep that one out of the net, gets a pinch off that post. Now another pinch, trying to get that one on target, but instead goes over to the corner. It's a bit awkward, but it's going to go over to the other side. And we're seeing so much pressure from this Black Bunny Gaming squad. Twisted Tails finally getting a little bit of breathing room here. And a bit of a team bump there from Hammer. It's a little bit unfortunate, still kind of showing that there's still some chemistry that could be worked on, but 1 minute in, there's still so much time left for either of these teams to get the advantage in this game.
There absolutely is, and going back to that first goal, I may remember it a bit better than most because that was one of the best own goals of the season. But that redirect that Gentle Paws had. Oh, but not to harp on it too much because Liska strikes one home. A beautiful shot by Liska to just be able to put that one away. Just giving Twisted Tails the 2-goal lead, which may prove to be essential as this series may very well come down to a Game 5 where the server choice is going to have, which may have an essential role in this series. But going back to that first goal, Gentle Paws scoring that own goal on themselves in a very similar manner that Black Bunny, and you have to wonder if that's a little bit of karma coming back to bite Black Bunny in the butt there to be able to get one back on themselves after that last season. But we're seeing a lot of pressure from Twisted Tails to open up this game. We're seeing, Black Bunny's just a little bit low on boost here, although Hammer is the one with all the boosts, so they should be safe. We just want to see these other two players, maybe instead of just sitting in net like this, getting a little bit of pad pathing in there to keep themselves a little bit more healthy on the boost meter. But we're seeing Twisted Tails keeping pressure. Black Bunny able to give themselves a little bit of breathing room here. We want to see them pick up some more pads here. But Vezix and Sam have been just so low on boost for the past 30 seconds or so. And it looks like they're finally able to get some boost here. And we're going to be looking for them to be able to get a clear out of their half here really soon. That way they're able to get some pressure on the Twisted Tails half. They're able to get a clear here. Sharky trying to put it right back on the Black Bunny half here. Joshi going for the flip reset. Unable to capitalize on it though. Hammer trying to clear it out. He's able to get a good pinch, which is going to give Liska possession on her own half of the field. Going for a bump though, we're finally seeing Vezix trying to play that more aggressive style of play, which is going to open up some opportunities for them. Hammer with a pinch off the post to get it in after that immaculate air dribble there. Like, how do you even save that? That's just immaculate by Hammer to put that one away.
That is absolutely gorgeous shot and an amazing way to finally answer back to the 2 goals from Twisted Tails. They're looking for another one, but Sharky is going to be able to read that fake there. Sam putting it over one. Liska able to read that so very well, putting it under Vezix. But now Sam accidentally relinquishing possession, but it's just going to go all the way to Hammer. Liska going to have to be back to this. Is going to do so. Now Sharky clearing it into the same corner. A little bit of doubling up there. Baxis in the perfect position to get that one out. And Twisted Tails finally able to get out here as Hammer has to get a crucial touch there. And dodges the demo as well to keep on that. So we see Vezix clearing this one out over to Joshi. And we're seeing finally a bit more pressure from Twisted Tails, and it might work out, but no, Sharky just puts it right off the side, gets the demo on Hammer, but Sam is going to be able to be out and just clear that away from their net. Now Sam almost getting the second goal there. It's just going to go a bit wide. And as we're in the final minute, Black Bunny Gaming is going to have to try and get another goal here, or else we are going to be given a Game 5.
I mean, right here, even if they're not able to Twisted Tails is really wanting to put one more goal home so they're not stuck with the server disadvantage going into Game 5. But we see Black Bunny trying to put one home. They don't even want to go to a Game 5. They want to put this away right now. We see Sam taking a shot on net. Saved away, though, by the Twisted Tails players here. But we see Joshi trying to get a bump on Hammer. Maybe he's able to get one, unsure. But we're seeing Black Bunny trying to reverse the field here. Going 10 seconds left. They want pressure right now. They need to cash in that boost. Try to get pressure right now. They're able to save it. Twisted Tails low on boost. We see Sam going for a redirect there. Hammer is going to try to keep it up.
Yep.
And we're going to see Vezix keep it up once again. Sam trying to strike it forward. There's just not enough power on that shot to get it on net. And that's going to bring us to our first Game 5 of Season 1, Week 1. Airlax, what are you thinking after that game?
I'm just thinking that was such a very, very good performance from Twisted Tails there. Just opening up the scoreline so very quickly with those first 2 goals. And then just able to fend off just the onslaught of Black Bunny Gaming. Because we saw Black Bunny Gaming there getting a lot of pressure on that Twisted Tails net, but they just were completely unfaltering in that back line. Just only letting in 1 goal, and it was a very amazing goal, granted, so you can't really be mad about that one, but Twisted Tails able to force a Game 5 here, and we're going to have to see which server it's going to go to. I believe just from that crucial goal from Vezix in Game 3, we might have to give it to Black Bunny Gaming for the server choice.
Yes, and it does look like we are already getting word that is going to go down to Black Bunny, and they are choosing NA East. I mean,
Of course.
like, this is why, even when that's going into the last minute, these teams are going to be fighting tooth and nail to try to get those last second goals, because this is proving to be one of the biggest storylines, is that last second goal by Vezix just showing up so big in Game 3 to be able to give them the definitive server choice, because if he wasn't able to get that goal, it was going to go down to a coin toss. So now we're sitting Game 5, the first Game 5 of the RFDL Season 1 here, going down on NA East servers. We're seeing early pressure from Twisted Tails already. Black Bunny trying to clear it out. And we're seeing the early goal by Joshi, just striking one home just to give them the early lead. They say, we don't care about the servers. We're putting one in early, which is amazing to see by the side of Twisted Tails.
And that 1 goal might just be all they need. It's been 13 seconds putting in that 1 goal. But if they can fend off this Black Bunny Gaming squad for the rest of the time, that is all they will need to take this series, which will be a very crucial series as well, because we've seen both teams here just being so very strong on this pitch. As we see Baxis trying to get this one mid, but Hammer just going to clear that one away. Now Sharky going to try and get control of this. Is going to do so. A massive clear. It's only going to go as far as Sam. Another pinch out. Sharky going to try and chase this one down, but Hammer slamming that one off the backboard. Going to try for the read. Sharky getting a crucial touch over the corner. We're seeing not much possession from either side here. Possibly feeling the nerves of being in a Game 5, knowing that if you lose this game, you have lost the series. And that is definitely going to be going through the minds of all of these players as this game goes on.
I mean, this is definitely going to be a game of who has the better nerves, who's able to capitalize better on their opponent's mistakes, and so far, that has been Twisted Tails. We're also going to be looking at these lower ranked players, seeing how well they can pad path, keep the boost in their favor. Baxis a little bit out of position there, unable to get a shot on net there. But it looks like Joshi's going to try to keep possession here, kind of just air dribbling it to the middle of the field, able to get a shot on. Sam able to get the save there. Vezix backing it up on the defensive front. We're now seeing Hammer try to take control of this ball. Vezix taking it, going for a pass middle. Hammer puts it in. No, what a save! But that's going to be nullified by Sam with a beautiful follow-up. How were they able to keep it out in the first place? But Sharky just saving it into his own post, which is going to pop out and give Sam the opportunity for that follow-up. He puts it home, bringing this to a 1-1 game. 3 minutes left.
But that was such an amazing save by Sharky. Just so unfortunate that it pops out of the net straight into the hands of Sam. We shall see how this goes here. It is now tied up. 3 minutes left, as you said. It is still anyone's game, and we're seeing a lot more pressure from Black Bunny Gaming. And knowing that they are having the server advantage, they're probably able to calm their nerves just that little bit more, which might give them the edge in this game. But Twisted Tails playing so very well so far, able to get that first goal very quickly and a save as well. But Sam, once again, is going to be in the perfect position to follow up on Hammer's shot. We see it here again, Sam passing it mid, and Hammer just 50ing the entire team, allowing Sam to just drop that one in. And Black Bunny Gaming, with half the game remaining, has finally given themselves the lead.
I mean, we're getting that one just minute rotational error on the side of Twisted Tails, and I mean, just like Gala was able to for Black Bunny last season, just able to capitalize on that so well. Sam just showing up in big ways for his team right now. Sam is keeping that pressure on. A little bit of a double commit from Twisted Tails. Hopefully that's going to drain those boost meters just that much more, but they're able to recover, get the pressure on. Joshi going for a double tap there, unable to strike it home though. We're seeing Vezix trying to keep that pressure, unable to though. It looks like Hammer is going to have the ball. He has space. Bax is trying to get a save. Liska awkward on post. Vezix getting the play on net, and Black Bunny is just taking over this game. And look at that. Once again, Twisted Tail just caught awkward out of rotation, low on boost, and they need to clean up those rotations on the defensive front if they want to stay in this game.
Indeed, but you also got to give credit to Vezix for that demo. That was a very crucial demo on Sharky, just kind of forcing that scramble on Twisted Tails in the first place and just allowing that goal to be put in. Twisted Tails definitely not out of it yet. 1:40 left. There's still plenty of time to come back here. Sharky put it over one, tries to fake it under Hammer, but isn't able to do so. Now Baxis putting this one mid is going to be very awkward. Vezix with a massive clear out. Now no one from Twisted Tails is there. They're going to have to get a crucial save on that shot. Now Liska following that one up. Sam is the only one back. Isn't able to get the touch, and Liska is just going to put that one in. 1:12 remaining, and Twisted Tails only has one goal left in order to tie this up.
I mean, looking back again to week 1 of last season, you saw the Kitten Corp Gentle Paws game, which Joshi was on that Kitten Corp side, where they went down early in that game 5, where it ended up going to overtime. And once again, they're coming from behind. We're seeing Joshi in week 1 just clawing his way back into the game, and we see Joshi trying to get a dunk on Vezix, unable to though. Twisted Tails not out of this game yet. It's going to come down to the wire, guys. It looks like we have Joshi one-on-one against Hammer. What a reset! But it's out. He's just not able to get that on, and they're just a little bit out of position to be able to get the follow-up. It looks like we have Baxis, low boost, trying to get the pinch. He gets it. Joshi going for a double. He's not going to be able to.
Baxis, let's go!
Baxis comes in huge. What a shot by Baxis. This is 3-3. 30 seconds left. It's going down to the wire. And this last second comeback from Twisted Tails. Huge game, huge series, huge plays being made by Twisted Tails to stay in this game. All tied up, 30 seconds left.
And that was such a good play from Baxis as well. Just Hammer in that net, and SSL to shoot against, and just able to put it right under him. And that is so crucial, because Twisted Tails now might have just forced the overtime. And with 10 seconds left, Black Bunny still has a lot of pressure. A pinch, it's just going to go to Baxis. Hammer trying to put that one mid, but Baxis once again is really starting to get a read on Hammer's playstyle. Sharky gonna try and keep this one up. Might not have been the best choice, as Sam gonna get a dunk here. It's going to hit ground. And as we were saying, we are now in a game 5. The entire series going to come down to a single goal. And this might be it here. Sharky trying to get this one over. Gets a pinch, but it's just gonna go as far as Hammer, who tries for the pinch. Gets it past, but Liska is just gonna slam this one all the way over to the left side. And a massive clear.
Who has
Sharky
the
gonna
better
try to put
nerves
this up.
here? Who has the better nerves? Who's going to be able to hold on to their nerves for longer here? This is such a tight game. We see Vezix going for the double tap, is able to put it back against back wall. And we have Hammer trying to get this a double as well, but unable to. They're trying to hold pressure, but they're just a bit low on boost here. It looks like both teams are a bit boost starved here. We're going to see who gets the boost control faster here. Black Bunny had it for a moment, but they weren't able to cash in on it. We have Hammer
watch
getting
out.
free aerial play, trying to get the dunk. What a save by Joshi, though. They're trying to hold into this game, and I want to point out both Joshi and Liska were in season 0. They're used to being in this situation, and Sam and Vezix, neither of them were playing last season. So we're going to need to see if that has any difference going into this. We're 1:15 into this game. Neither team able to secure the win here. Oh my goodness. Arilax, who's going to crack first?
I don't know.
We
It's
see
just
no boost.
so back and forth.
No boost on the side of Twisted Tails here. We're seeing just back and forth play here. We need Twisted Tails to regain some of this boost for them to stay in this. A pass middle for Black Bunny. They're unable to cash in on it, though. Joshi playing it to the side. Joshi getting clear out. Hopefully that will buy them some time to gain some boost. Baxis left his third man for quite a while there. He's able to handle it well, though. And Baxis coming up big again, once again for his team. Just keeping them in this
the double!
match.
What a
The
save!
double. Unable to finish. What a save on the side of Liska. Once again, the Twisted Tails champ and Diamond players able to come up in big ways for their team. Liska rotating out. Baxis taking a shot on net. Hammer gets the save, though. Ball's kind of falling to no one here. We want to see which team gets possession. It looks like it's going to be Black Bunny. Joshi playing it off of his back wall. A little slow air dribble to get to midfield and pinches it over to the Black Bunny half. Hammer trying to capitalize on it. Trying to get some pressure here. And it looks like it is eventually going to fall onto that Twisted Tails half there. Vezix trying to come in and get some pressure. He's a bit low on boost, though. This is going to fall to Hammer in corner. Hammer going for a solo play here. Gets it over Baxis. Liska
Reset.
alone in net. And Joshi trying to cover. And Sam puts it home for Game 5. Overtime victory for Black Bunny Gaming. Almost 3 minutes into overtime. What a game.
That was an insane game. We saw right at the end there, both Sharky and Liska trying their best to get up, but just didn't have any boost. Once again, just that lack of boost plaguing them in the worst way. But either way, what a series that was. That was so very amazing to have for our first best of 5 going to Game 5.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better series. That's just... I mean, can you get anything better than that? Joshi versus Hammer going to a Game 5 overtime, and this time, Hammer gets the advantage there. I mean, that's just an insane series to start off the season for both of those teams. Both teams playing so well there, and it just coming down to the wire. That could have gone to either team. And it's just that for that series, we saw Black Bunny just able to keep their nerves just that little bit better going into that Game 5 overtime. And I mean, Hammer just gets yet another historic victory in RFDL.
That was just such a good series. My goodness. Like that, just so many just good plays from both sides there, but Black Bunny Gaming just barely able to eke out a win there. But seriously, that series could have gone either way. That was so close from both teams.
I mean, both teams just hanging in there after such a high-scoring game, going 3-3 into overtime, then 3 minutes of just both teams going back and forth. That's just insane to see. So, I mean, you can't ask for a better series than that, and that's just such a good way to start off day 2 of a week 1 of RFDL season 1.
Indeed it is. And oh my goodness, it's incredible to think that we had that series right there, just going all the way to Game 5, just so exciting, and we still have 2 more to go.
I mean, I know Twisted Tales didn't got a little bit of the short end of the stick in that series, but yeah, they played immaculately that series. I mean, there are just some small things on that defensive front that they'll be able to clean up, but they're already so well improved compared to what I was seeing from them in the scrims in preseason. And I think they're going to have a really good season going forward. But unless you have something else to say on that series, Arilax, I think we're going to head into the break between series here as we move in to the next series, which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be X3 Tactics against, I believe it's Big Dragon Squad.
Indeed it is.
So I
And that
think...
one's definitely going to be exciting as well.
Oh, it absolutely is. And I think on that note, guys, we will see you back in that as we go back to that series. So hang tight, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, GG's.
hope this looks right. Okay, it looks right. We're good. Hello, welcome on back to RFDL Season 1. It's Ecliptic Fades, and I'm here with Docky. Our other two casters have been cut out. They need to go and practice with their teams for their match happening later today. But Docky, what an amazing Game 5 win from Black Bunny Gaming there. I am absolutely dumbfounded by how good that series was.
Yeah, what a series. I mean, I talked about this before. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a series to go to Game 5, and not only did we get the Game 5, we got the long Game 5 overtime, and it was dramatic the entire way through. I could not have asked for a better series, just pure entertainment. I was jumping in my seat watching that from the stand. So, yeah, fantastic series. Could not have asked for better.
Yeah, I look, I gotta say, I had heard some not so great results about Twisted Tales, and so I thought, oh, they're playing Hammer's team. This is gonna be an easy game for them. They might get a game. I was not expecting a Game 5 OT that lasted basically 3 minutes. That was on the edge of my seat, but as most of us kind of expected, the Hammer diff showed up, but more importantly, in this case, the Sam diff showed up, putting in that final goal. That was excellent work from them. But we still have a couple matches on the day to go about, so let's start talking about our next one, Docky. Our second match of the day is going to be X3 Tactics versus BDS. This is going to be a very nice game as well, but there are some changes that we're going to need to talk about, as there's been a couple of changes in the Big Dragon Squad roster that we need to address, because a lot of people don't know what's going on with that one.
Yeah.
So,
and are we talking specific? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Nope. What
I
were
don't know
you
if
saying?
you pull up the. I don't know if you're gonna pull the cards up for them. I'm not.
I am about to. So
Okay.
let's pull up the cards right here. But a quick note about DDS is they actually are under new management here. They're actually under Meezer instead of Yuki. Yuki had to step down due to some personal issues. But Meezer also not able to make this match. So as you can see, Infernal is going to be subbing in for Meezer along with Maxi and Rue. So you're not going to see the chemistry that you might see later on from Big Dragon Squad. What is a free agent coming in this early on going? How's that going to impact the roster, do you think?
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, this team's definitely gone through what I would call the chemistry ringer. They've had a lot of changes, so I'm sure they haven't been able to get as many scrims as other teams or play as much with each other. In terms of like this free agent that's coming in, Infernal, I think I've seen Infernal's been around for a while. I think I've seen more from Infernal. I think from any of the other players, I think, on that team personally. So great player. I think that'll fit in to that roster really, really well. They have a lot of potential to play well. It's just going to be a matter of trying to play around each other. They haven't had a lot of time to get used to each other, unfortunately, especially with the changes as well. So we'll see if that will compound. But I have hope that they can perform well.
I have scrimmed against this Big Dragon Squad before with Yuki there still, to be honest. So not necessarily a more recent scrim result, but they looked good. I think that the team chemistry was slowly forming. I think that they definitely have a chance. You're really going to be looking at Maxi and I believe that was Rue, the Fuzzy, to kind of hold up the squad and let Infernal kind of do what he does. I haven't really seen much play from them besides, I think, community casted games. So I'm going to be looking for him to show up a little bit in this series. But against them, it is going to be a tough squad to beat, especially with a sub. We're going to have X3 Tactics joining us with the Season 0 champion manager in Corrupt there, along with Shy and Ruboy Brian. This is going to be a tough roster to beat, Docky.
Yeah, this is a scary team, I think. They are very, very well-rounded. There's not a whole lot of weak points on that roster. So you got to just break through with just determination and hope that you can catch them off guard. I have had the chance to scrim against them, but I've also just seen most of these players perform. And so, yeah, these are players that can play, whatever rotation they need and at any point. So, you got shooters, you got defenders. No one's really hard stuck in any sort of rotational scenario. Not much of a weak point there. You can't really exploit defensive mistakes from certain players. Everyone's really good at packing each other up. So it's definitely going to be one of the top tier teams, I think, in the league. And going up against this BDS team that's a little bit had maybe less time to work on their chemistry. They might have an advantage, I think, early on, and we'll have to see if that plays itself out.
Yeah, we'll have to see for sure. I think that this team in particular seems really good on paper, Docky. I haven't seen much of Shy play, but I know for a fact that this was a player that you were looking to pick up in the draft before they got taken by Corrupt. So can you give me a little bit of a crash course on what we're kind of expecting to see from this team of Corrupt and Shy, at least as the higher level players on this? Obviously, we did see Brian play in the Combine, and they actually played very well. So what am I expecting to see from this squad in general, do you think?
I mean, they kind of, we saw Corrupt last season, obviously winning the entire league. Fantastic player, very mechanical, can hit some crazy shots, but also is a really good setup person. And with you have a player like Shy who's a very good shooter, but also is pretty good on defense and rotationally smart, I would say. Has generally good ball sense and game sense when it comes to just kind of rotating around. So you kind of put those two together just alone is a fantastic duo to have. But then you have a player like you mentioned, Brian, who I think that we saw in the Combine is a fantastic player. But I've also seen, just in scrims and also hearing from players talking, Ryan's been playing really, really well as well. Kind of fitting into being able to take those shots that you kind of need your third to be able to make. You jump in as a third man, clean up shots, but also be there on defense and be there in the midfield. So it seems like they don't really have a rely on one player to do everything for them. They're kind of trying to get everyone else involved, which is what you want to have in threes. And if they're doing that, they're going to be almost unstoppable.
Okay, well, with that being said, I want to know your prediction on the match, Docky. It's going to be a close one, I bet. I think both of these teams are going to be very good on the field, but is the sub going to affect this at all? Do you think that's going to play a role in the winner of this situation?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but it's really, really rough coming in with a roster shakeup like we have early on, and then having to have a sub come in as well on top of that. The chemistry is just it could be there, but they're gonna have to really, really, really work for it. But I don't see this going in their favor. My prediction here is going to be X3 wins this 3-1.
Okay, 3-1. That's pretty bold prediction here. I think that both teams could take it. I think that it really is going to depend on who's just popping off on the day. I would have to say I give it to X3 Tactics in 5. But we'll have to see how it goes, guys. But we are ready to go ahead and start this next match. So without further ado, everybody, crossing my fingers, NA Production is here. It actually is. We're good, guys. It's time for X3 Tactics versus Big Dragon Squad for our second match of the day. Who's gonna take this one and join Black Bunny Gaming as winners today? Let's go ahead and find out, guys, as we get on into the first game of this series. It's gonna start off with a kickoff going over to the Big Dragon Squad side. Long clear downfield. Shy will be the first one to that. Infernal having to play the 50. Not a great one going all the way over to the corner. And Maxi is going to take possession. Pass out. But it's not going to go anywhere. And for those wondering, Pixel Canto on your screen, that is going to be Rude Boy Brian, I believe. So as we continue on here. Yes, it is. And that will be his name for the remainder of the season. So don't you worry, guys. You guys will get used to the name in time. But we are going to refer to him as Brian here. But Corrupt is going to get the pass out. No shot on net just yet. But we're seeing a bit of aggression from both sides here, Docky.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of goes as our shot comes through, but it will be saved. This kind of alludes to, I think, what we might have mentioned might happen early on. A lot of offense from BDS squad just not quite connecting on some of this midfield passing. Seems like they want to go for plays, just they're not quite on the same page. But definitely not the end of the world. It seems like they are doing well enough for them to keep this level. A lot of shots coming in though from X3. It doesn't seem like there's much continuation. There's an opportunity for BDS to take a shot. Corrupt again, just stoic on defense. And this is looking to be a close one. I did not expect this, honestly, coming out of BDS this early on. They seem to be shutting down the midfield quite well. There's another shot opportunity. Maxi will take a beautiful shot on net to give them the lead. And this is not entirely, this is beautiful midfield presence. They're just beating them to the ball and getting nice shots on net. That's a fantastic shot. They will take the 1-0 lead. 3:25 left on the clock.
And I will say, I was a little bit confused. Rude Boy Brian is on X3 Tactics. We're looking at Rue the Fuzzy, also known as Milo. Both in the same series. Obviously, it was going to get confused a little bit, as they both have Rude Boy in their name. But quickly, a big shot coming out here from Corrupt. Going to get past the defense. And what a nice recovery on that sidewall there, landing down and able to turn around just in time to get that shot off of the post. And unfortunately, the defense just a little bit pushed too far forward for that one. We go ahead and become tied here. 3:05 on the clock off the kickoff. And Shy kind of in a rough position, gets it past one. Will Infernal be able to play this to mid? They do, but Maxi shot too high off the crossbar. And we're going to stay at that tie here, Docky.
Yeah, it seems like the speed is ramping up here for X3 as they getting more opportunities here. I'm making it a little bit more awkward. A little bit of a miss there. As another opportunity comes for Cubs. Will they be able to score it? Maybe. Still dangerous. That will luckily pinch its way out. Again, just Cubs just faster to the ball. Is able to get those midfield beats. Seems like they're clamping down. I think they might have realized they were losing those midfield battles and they're starting to try to pick the pace up a little bit. Opportunity comes by. Shy will try to get this mid. Not quite there. Corrupt, take this to the corner. And again, just pure speed here. It seems like they're trying to just outspeed the other team. All shot opportunities, not quite connecting, but definitely still dangerous. Corrupt will have full boost here. Likes to take this slow. Another shot opportunity from BDS, but just not quite good enough. It's a great demo. Comes out of Corrupt here. Might alleviate some of the defense that they're up against. Another shot opportunity. Brian might have a shot. Misses, unfortunately. It seems like we're going back to the slow play. No one really wants to commit here, as we're seeing, I think, a little bit more trying to regain, reset from both teams. Maybe get some plays going forward.
And this might be a little bit where we see an advantage for BDS here. As with that sub in, they're probably not going to have as many nerves as the rest of the players on the field. They're just going to be playing their game. Meanwhile, the rest of these players, they're in it for the long haul. So they want to start out this season with a good win. And so they're probably going to have a little bit of nerves on the field, as that is very apparent with every single goal that comes out. They get closer and closer to a win. And Infernal trying to push BDS there. An excellent shot off of this bounce on the ceiling. Good read coming out from him to take BDS up by 1.
Yeah, it's a fantastic read off of a really, really good 50. And they will like to see that 2-1 lead. A lot of time left on the float, so they will have to try to hold it. I'm sure they would love a buffer goal. Again, this is just beautiful to see that they're just regained. It seems to have regained, not let the speed get to them. Trying to get back to winning those midfield beats. Kind of take the game, see if they can control the pace a little bit. Not let the ball go past them too much. Although that one goes past awkwardly.
Oh no!
Corrupt will have an opportunity, and he will score it. And that is level. And unfortunately, it just seems like the speed of the ball, a little bit faster pace than what they're expecting here as the ball goes flying into midfield. Corrupt's ready for it. Goes for a beautiful pass. And that will level this one up. 50 seconds left. It is 2-2. So we are back at square even.
We're seeing a lot of own goals coming out today. Milo, unfortunately, not able to get the right angle on that one to keep it out of the net. And I wonder if nerves have anything to do with that, or if it was just the speed of the ball. Now another shot coming in front of the BDS net. Gonna have to be very careful on moving this one out. Corrupt gets the touch. Brian is in the spot, but it's tie. Another shot coming in from Shy, and the follow-up is good. X3 Tactics go up by 1 with 24 seconds left.
And it seems like, unfortunately, the pace just got away from them a little bit too much. I think both players wanted to control that ball, but Shy came in and just took it off the top of both of them, and no one was in net to block that one. There's 24 seconds left, so not entirely impossible to level this one back up again, but if they want to score, they will have to do it here and now. There's an opportunity. Maxi has a shot on net, but Krupp will have it. Full boost too, so should be able to control this. Well, it's an opportunity as well. Goes for the bump. Not quite there. Inferno just unfortunately hits it right into the defender. So if they have 5 seconds left, if they want to level this, they will need to get the ball on the other side of the field. They're just not able to. One more opportunity. That will hit the ground. X3 takes game one. Not entirely as one-sided, though, as I might have thought it was. I think BDS came out looking really, really strong in that first game.
For sure, I think that they had quite a few opportunities. It's just a shame that that last shot goes right into the face of a defender there. We might be in OT right now. Unfortunately, that's all you can really do is just shoot and hope that somebody is not in front of the net. But a really good chance coming out from BDS there, as we'll see on these replays. Some really good pressure to start off, some really good midfield presence, as you did say, but it just seemed that X3 tactics over the course of the game kind of just got the better of BDS in some of those bit more panicky defensive situations.
Yeah, it just, unfortunately, it just seemed like a lot of times they wanted to take control of that. Sometimes maybe control the pace a little bit, maybe control the ball, see if they can work some plays in, but just every time they did, it felt like there was a player just jumping right on top of them, taking the ball off of them and shooting on net. Unfortunately, when that happens, you kind of have to panic back and kind of leaves your net wide open.
Yeah, and I think one of the hardest parts about this league in general is getting your team together and kind of trying to figure out those defensive rotations. It's so easy when you're not thinking about the ball getting shot on your own net, but once you get put in those defensive situations, it just becomes so much harder. And we will see if BDS here can come back in this game, and they might have an early shot. It's going to be off the post and out. Unfortunately, no one going to be able to follow that off of the kickoff, but a good try to start off game number 2 here. And this game going to be a crucial one for them to win if they want to come back, and that is going to be the first goal. As I say it, Maxi going to be getting the first one real quick, and Corrupt, not the best touch there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of kickoff shenanigans. They had a lot of pressure coming off of the first 17 seconds here off of a weird kickoff play. They didn't let the miss get to them. They stayed on it, kept the pressure going. Good shot opportunity. That one manages to roll in. And I'm sure they're happy to see that one go, although I'm sure X3 would love to have that one back. Again, not letting that goal line or the score line get to them. The pressure, just keeping that pressure going, keeping it, trying to hit the ball here. See if they can get some more shot opportunities for it. I'm sure they would love to have a buffer goal here, as they did allow themselves to give up a lead multiple times last game. So that maybe a 2-goal lead here would seem almost necessary for them, as this X3 team has the tendency to just be able to pull shots out of anywhere. Again, you can see him good midfield. I'm loving this. The biggest thing I'm noticing on this team is I'm loving the, unfortunately, as I say that, Krupp will take this one. I am loving the midfield presence out of BDS, but just the ball gets away from in the corner, and just again, Krupp is reading that one faster. He's the higher ranked player there, and that one will level this one. 4:05 left, and again, once again, for what feels like the millionth time, we are level.
And I do have to agree with what you're saying. I think that this BDS squad is doing great with their midfield pressure. It's just these dash line rotations that are the problem. And Shy actually placing that perfectly. You can see Milo get the save there, and Shy literally just sees the way that their car is rotated, shoots it to the other side of the net. Easy second goal for X3 Tactics. And suddenly they find themselves in the lead once again. BDS gonna have to work hard to get that back.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more, maybe moving the ball forward with a little bit more intention. The first step is to obviously win those 50s, but then you also need to get the ball to your teammates, trust each other, try to get those shots on net. Here's an opportunity. Here's a good pass up to Inferno. It will be met by Shy. Seeing some kind of opportunities, just the X3's defense is just really tough to crack, I think. Those counterattacks are very scary. It feels like BDS is almost too afraid to have the ball go back towards their own net. There's an opportunity here as well. Gets the bomb, goes low. able to muss it in. It will go through. As the teamwork from Infernal and Milo here, or through the Fuzzy, will push this one. Almost all three of them required for that one. But that does level it back up again. At 313, this game is going back and forth. I have no idea who has the advantage here with 313 left.
And nothing says full team effort than all three players kind of bullying it into the back of the net there. Might just be exactly what they need to get this momentum going, but as I say it, Rude Boy Brian is there to shut us up. Excellent pass from Corrupt, and unfortunately Milo just gets a touch that bounces off the ceiling. Rude Boy in the perfect position there to put that into the net. And as quick as BDS got back tied, they have lost it once again. And we're seeing that happen a lot here, Docky. We keep seeing very, very quick counterattacks coming out from X3 Tactics. What do you think that BDS need to do to be able to stop that?
They definitely need to lock down, I think, some of those defensive touches. It feels like they have the initial saves. No one there to either the first touch is too heavy, or there's just no one there to clean up, get the ball out of a dangerous territory. And it feels like they're kind of afraid of that happening. It seems like the rotations are more trying to get the ball, but just rotate back quickly enough so that you're prepared for those counterattacks. This X3 is going non-stop. On every single time the ball goes forward, they are trying to get it in the opponent's net. So there's another opportunity goes. It will not connect. I don't think anyone wanted to go for that ball. So demo comes through. This opportunity. That's unfortunately just not quite. There's that counterattack is coming again. It's a little bit scary. A big miss. A little bit of a double commit. Counterattack possibility will be stopped. And again, if they need to score here, they need to get some of these, connect on some of these plays out. They're getting beat almost every single time they clear the ball out. Not really taking too much possession.
Now they're trying to move forward once again. A chance. Almost there, but the defense will hit that over them. It's just so close from this BDS squad, but they're not quite able to find it. And open that opportunity will find itself, and Corrupt will score that one. X3 Tactics up by 2 now.
And this almost feels like desperation. Pushed up a little bit. You can't really blame him at this point. You kind of want that goal. You want the equalizer. Hoping for a nice pop out that you can play on, but it goes flying directly past you and into your own net. No one back to save that one. And at this point in the game, a 2-goal lead feels kind of impossible. We will have to see if they're able to regain.
Sorry about that. I noticed a little bit of lagging, so I had to restart that for you. Anyway, we will keep going on. It looks like Infernal almost gets a shot. It's going to be off the crossbar. Another shot coming in from Milo, and then Maxi. Both of them a bit to the side. And those shots are the ones that you're going to need to score if you want to get past this X3 Tactics team.
You want to be connecting on those shots. Those are the opportunities you have to be making at this point in the game if you want to have a chance here. Still not out of it yet, but you will need to score as quick as possible. I won't have any chance in this series, or in this game rather.
Now with 30 seconds on the clock, play in the BDS side. Maxi gonna be up for this one, but not gonna have a good angle on it. Actually just doesn't get a touch on the ball entirely. Now Infernal up to beat Corrupt, but Shy is gonna be the first one over to the ball. Off the sidewall, a double tap to get it over Milo. Infernal in the right spot on that wall though. Gonna fake this touch. But with 10 seconds left, they need to score right now. Corrupt gonna put this one over to the side. And Docky, it looks like X3 Tactics going to be going onto match point here.
Yeah, it seems like it. The ball will hit the ground. Maybe they get one more for the run. Not quite. But again, not a bad showing from BDS. They definitely had opportunities when they had them. Or at least when they were able to get good touches forward. Just not able to connect some of the shots they really needed there in the late stages. And I think a little bit of desperation there to let that 4th goal go in. We'll see if they're able to regain. I believe that they should be able to, as long as they don't let that, don't let that get to you. Just keep your head down, keep playing. They'll just have to lock in, I think, a little bit more on that back third.
And now we have to see what they're going to be able to do in this next one. As you can see by the replays here, it was another close match. And I think that they really do have what it takes to try and bring it to this X3 Tactics squad, but they're gonna have to figure something out. Now the nerves are really going to set in for Maxi and Milo here in particular, as they are facing match lost point here against X3 Tactics. And if you're X3 Tactics, you just keep doing what you're doing. It seems to be working out just fine. Very aggressive counterattacks seem to be the way to go against this squad. And one thing I kind of want to look for here is how BDS are going to be able to move forward. I have heard from a few sources that once BDS gets a little bit down in series, they tend to have a little bit more issues. Will we see that coming into game number 3, or will they be able to bring this back and potentially reverse sweep X3 Tactics here? It all starts off the kickoff. Corrupt with an immediate shot and a miss from Maxi. Brian with the shot, saved away by Milo, and we're starting out with a lot of action to start this one off. Off the shot, and as I was gonna try to pass it to Daki, Shy just gonna score that one real quick.
Yeah, non-stop pressure off the kickoff. They came out, looks like they want this series to be over with. I think they realized probably before last game, but definitely, if not during last game, that the way to win this game and the way to win this series is to just shoot the ball non-stop, and they're definitely doing that to start this one off. So if you're BDS here, you got a lot of time, but you will need to lock up, I think, some of those defensive mistakes, kind of clean up those touches. It's not out of it. A lot of time here to kind of come together here. They will need to do it quickly, as this game could easily get away from them if they're not too careful.
Now Infernal over to Maxi. The shot gonna be wide, and those are those shots that we were talking about last game, where you need to be putting them a little bit more on net if you want any chance. However, a big pinch coming out. Maxi getting credit for this one with Infernal as the support. And you can see right in the corner here, just an excellent pinch out. Everyone not expecting that touch and way too far up to get back to it in time. That's going to be an excellent way to tie up the game.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was intentional, but that was beautiful. I mean, it's caught them completely off guard. Going back third, although you generally speaking, these ranks don't even have someone that deep to be able to react to those kind of pinch outs. They're back in it again, as this has been the trend, I think, this entire series, is to either equalize or have usually coming back from behind to tie it up. So if they can keep doing that, maybe get some more goals here to get themselves a lead here, they will definitely still be in this series.
Now Corrupt over to the side. No one able to challenge in time. Big stealing pinch. Not going to go the way he wants. However, opportunities for X3 Tactics in front of the BDS net. Shy looking for a pass out. It goes to Brian. You can't quite get one on net, but you can just see the relentless aggression coming out. Milo in a tough position. Corrupt tries for the shot, but it's going to be put away by the defense. And with 3:05 remaining, still a tied game. And BDS wanting to clear this out as soon as possible, as the rotations coming back in from X3 Tactics have just proven to be a bit too hard to deal with on these long sieges. And it just seems like Corrupt's team, no matter what season he's playing in, all kind of have the same style of getting that siege going. Another shot going on net. Shy already up for this one. It's going to be put over to the side, but Daki, they need to get these clear and clear fast.
Yeah, we're seeing triple stacks on the defense, all in their own net, all with 0 boost or close to 0 boost. And this ball can easily pop into their net. It might do here. Infernal's actually able to get a really nice carry out and gets the goal. Not sure how this happened. Tons of momentum here. Looks like Corrupt just wasn't expecting to flip to the left here. Plays this slow, which is loses the momentum there with a little bit of a break. It's a great play from Infernal, I think, to notice that he was slowing, and as soon as he was slowing, just kick that to the left. And BDS is actually up 1 with 220. It's exactly what they wanted to see. Kind of crazy that they were able to get themselves out of the situation. All 3 of them on low boost in their own side of the, basically in their own net. Getting pestered by shots here. Opportunity goes, and that's an unfortunate pinch out. And that will level things back up again. I'm not even sure what happened here. It looks like it might have just pinched off of eye. It looks like Shy just took it completely off the top of the car. 2:05 left. It is tied. Probably not what you want to see if you're BDS.
Now, Maxi with possession here off the kickoff. Gonna try and find a pass. It's only gonna go as far as Corrupt. Infernal with the 50. Rude Boy Brian really had a good touch there off the ceiling. And it allows for X3 Tactics to move forward once again. Now Infernal, excellent save. I think that was crucial touch to keep it out of the net. Milo in a rough position, just flips past this ball. Infernal getting bumped, and that might be an open net. It's gonna go off the back wall and out. And we continue on. Docky, we're seeing a lot more aggression coming out from X3 Tactics once again. Do you think a goal is likely here?
It feels like it's almost inevitable at this point. I mean, we're looking at shot after shot. This is not a nice position to be in when you're on defense here, trying to get the ball out, but every time you do, it seems to just go right back to you. You don't even have time to get boost or grab pads. And BDS has done a pretty good job here, keeping this dangerous for themselves. Maybe make themselves seem bigger, pretending like they have boost. It's not a great touch into the midfield. Curb will take advantage, goes for a musty. And also steals the boost as well, so that's not good for BDS, as they will already low on boost and have their corner boost as well. And definitely not giving up though. They still are trying to get these counterattacks rolling. See if they're able to actually connect here. Oh, that's a big long clear. Unfortunately, goes all the way back. It is not what you want to see. They definitely wanted a goal there. You could feel it. They were pushed up, waiting for a nice power out, and that just goes all the way back. That's happened a couple times this series. And with 38 seconds left, this is not necessarily the best position if you're on this big Dragon squad.
And with 32 seconds left, they're gonna have to push right now if they want a goal. An opportunity in front of the net, gonna be saved away by the defense. And Corrupt with possession here, gets a long pinch. Infernal is positioned a little bit too aggressively to hit that out. Maxi with the follow-up, but it's just gonna leave Milo in defense. A shot rings to the side. 10 seconds left, and BDS need to push right now. Corrupt with another touch. It's just gonna slow it down once more, and it looks like the ball is gonna hit the ground. X3 Tactics will take the series.
Yeah, it was a close one. Definitely had an opportunity there. It was not easy. I don't think any of these games were really that much of a blowout here. So 3-0 on the series scoreline, but it did not feel like a 3-0 in terms of how one-sided it might look on paper. So definitely well played, especially considering the circumstances of having a sub and having management change up. Great showing from BDS, just not quite able there to get that game win, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for them, it's just not going to happen. But with a sub, you do have to understand that the rotations aren't necessarily going to be there. Their team chemistry isn't going to be popping off. We'll probably see a little bit better from them next week, as Meezer will be able to rejoin the squad as the manager and see what he can do there. But all in all, I believe a very good effort coming out from BDS. And they'll just have to try next week to get a little bit of a better result here. And with that, guys, we only have one more match on the day. Up next is going to be Aerolax versus Firestreak in a good old LumiMawcity versus Gentle Paws matchup. So, guys, stick around, and right after the break, we'll be back with the final match of the day.
on tonight. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We don't give no shade if you wanna ride away. We just have to try to play second fields up in the memory bank. I've been looking for somebody to make memories in the bank forever in time. There's no reason to be hard to find, 'cause we've already lost our mind. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime.
Hello, everybody. We are back one more time for the Rocket First Draft League, Week 1, Day 2, actually, of League play. See, I don't even know the correct days. It's me, Ecliptic Fade, once again with Docky. And Docky, X3 Tactics takes the sweep over BDS to end our second match of the day. How are you feeling after that one?
I mean, unfortunately, this series goes 3-0, which is just, from a pure viewer perspective, is not always the greatest to see. But I do want to say that I think that Big Dragon Squad team played extremely well. Not only just as a team, but given the circumstances of having a sub and maybe just not having as much time to play together. So I think they have a lot of potential. This definitely shouldn't weigh heavily on, I think, their heads. I think you just, get back together, continue to play your game, and I think they'll be a fantastic team moving forward. And we got a lot of weeks to play, so keep that head strong.
Yeah, for sure. I think that they did really well, even with the sub there, so I can't wait to see what they bring us next week, honestly. And as for Corrupt's team, I mean, starting off with a win, you can't really ask for a better way to start off your league play, especially playing with the manager of the winning team from last season. That's definitely going to boost the confidence of the rest of the squad. As I didn't know how they'd show up, but they really did show up. But we do have one more match for you guys today, and it is a spicy one with two of our casters, the fan favorites, going up against each other. It's going to be LumiMawcity versus Gentle Paws, and Firestreak running back the old team here. I think one of the only ones to do it besides Hammer. So that's going to be very interesting to see. What do you have to say about these teams before we get into talking about the players specifically, Docky?
Well, I mean, this is two very, very good teams. And I have scrimmed, I think, only one of them, unfortunately. Haven't had a chance to scrim. I know that LumiMawcity hasn't as much a chance to scrim as everyone else has, with Arrow being out of the area for that first week. But yeah, there's a lot of good players there, and I think we'll go into that more as we look at the teams. As we go player by player.
Yeah, I have to agree there. I think that this is going to be a very good series, a very interesting one. I've been hearing that Gentle Paws has been getting some pretty good scrim results, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. But let's go ahead and talk about these teams each separately, because we do have a couple of changes for both of these teams today, actually. Funny enough, LumiMawcity is who we'll talk about first, and you would expect this to be Aeroax, Gala, and Howl, but that is no longer the case. Howl actually stepping out of the league not long after he was drafted, going to be picking up Levi instead. And Levi is going to be a little bit lower ranked than Howl, but will be playing on NA East instead of Howl playing on EU. Might make a difference for the team here a little bit, but also this allows for a little bit of an interesting opportunity down the line here, Docky, when it comes to potential roster switch-ups. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I know that we had mentioned in the draft how Avid was looking to pick up a C1, and it looks like luck might have been on his side, and he's able to do that. So as I think he becomes more available, I know that he mentioned he'd be unavailable for these first few weeks. But he will actually be able to play on the team, which I know he wanted to do. So I am excited to see when that comes forward, when he's able to take the pitch.
But I do gotta say, I think that puts a little bit of pressure on Gala to kind of perform here, because obviously with Aeroax being on the team, I don't think you're going to want to kick them off the squad. And obviously, I don't think you want to kick anybody off the squad. But if a substitution is to be made, it would probably be Gala there to be able to fit Avid into the budget. So if you're Gala, maybe there's a little bit of extra pressure on you during these matches to kind of perform at your best and show why you need to stay on this squad. Do you think that's going to impact the play at all?
Well, you'd hope not. I think that them playing as well as they can do. I know Airlex seems pretty confident in their ability to perform well here as a team. So, if there's anyone whose judgment I trust, I will trust Airlex's judgment on that. So I think they probably have some decent chemistry already. I know they've gotten some scrims in. They've been trying to as much as they can. So I think they just, I think a lot of these players just want to play the game, have fun, and I think they'll do exactly that in these first few weeks.
Yeah, I have to agree. We are all here for a fun time, so try not to worry about it too much. Just have a good time, play some good games, and we are going to go ahead and talk about our next team, which is going to be Gentle Paws, and they're going to have a little bit of a change too here, although it won't be apparent at first. As you can see, Strawberry, Melon, and Firestreak are going to be the main members of that roster, with Shelby being the coach for the roster. Now today, as you can see, as you will be able to see in game, Melon not able to make it, but Shelby has signed up as a free agent and is willing to play for Gentle Paws today. So you will see the coach of Gentle Paws actually coming in to play as a sub today. How do you think that's going to affect the squad? I know Fire has been talking to you and me for specifically, Docky, about how well Melon has been popping off recently, and to lose that right before their first match of the season, at least for this week, do you think that's going to impact the squad at all?
Yeah, I mean, if there's any team that I think won't suffer from the interesting kind of dynamics you get from a sub, I think that this is the team that can do that. I think that this team can come together, especially with it being a coach rather than a just a sub you have to pick up last second. I think they'll already have some chemistry going. I think Shelby will know the game plan going into it. A different change in play style for sure, but they'll be able to work around, and I think they're going to perform very well.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm typing to our admin really quick as they're starting to get ready to go. But we're not going to get going just yet. We are going to give us some predictions. Docky, what are you predicting for this series?
This is a tough one. I want to say that I think Gentle Paws takes this one, but I just, that LumiMawcity squad I think has an advantage here. But I think it's going to be really close. I'm going to give it a 3-2 in the favor of LumiMawcity, but I think the series is going to be as close as it can get.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close one, but honestly, I am going to give the edge to Gentle Paws here. I think they've had a little bit more time to practice as a squad. I think that they're going to show up in this match, and I think that we're really going to see the chemistry from Fire and Strawberry show up. And we're going to see just, I think, a little bit of what that extra week is going to do for you being able to get all those scrims. But I'm going to let our admin know that they are, they can tell them that they are ready to go. I think they can actually hear me saying that. So we should be getting into this match momentarily, guys. And I'm so excited to see where this leads us. And we will just wait for everybody to start getting into the lobby, and we will start this game up. And here we go, guys. So sorry about that delay, but we are getting ready. Let's start this third match off with a bang. Final one for the day. It's going to be LumiMawcity versus Gentle Paws to end out week number 1, guys. I'm excited. I hope you all are ready for this amazing match, and let's get on into it. We're going straight off of this kickoff, and we'll see what these teams have for us. As Gala gonna have the first touch off the kickoff. Fire immediately there for the save. Now Shelby going to be showing up, and I haven't actually seen Shelby play at all, Docky. I wonder exactly what they're going to be bringing to the table in their play style.
I know that I think a lot of people, or at least a few people on the server, are probably familiar with Shelby as a player, and I've played with quite a few people. Definitely a very talented player, very, very smart game sense. So we'll see if they're able to kind of pull together a game plan that works really, really well with 2 C3s that they have on the roster in Fire and Strawberry. Seems like, as well, that the offense of, and as I say that, of course, the offense of LumiMawcity is very strong here. a lot of offensive power, a lot of offensive presence on this LumiMawcity team, and they're definitely showing it here. Really, really good pressure. Nice shot from Aerolax. Not really quite a defensive presence there in the back of the net for Gentle Paws, but LumiMawcity will take this one. 1-0, 4-14, sorry, to go on the map pretty early on. A lot of time to equalize, and I'm sure Gentle Paws will be on the hunt to do that as quick as they possibly can.
Now Shelby looking for a touch, not able to find one there off that side wall or back wall, it might have been. Long clear downfield. We're gonna have Shelby with possession once again, trying to take it slow, but Aerolax going to be quick to challenge here. And now Levi, oh, unfortunately no touch there coming out as an opportunity. Gonna be having to be backed off of by the LumiMawcity squad. Now Shelby getting that touch over to the side. Gala with the shot. No, it's gonna be Levi, and Levi gets a second one for LumiMawcity. And Gentle Paws up to a rough start.
This is a lot of pressure. You really don't want to see this many people having that shot opportunity in front of your net. There's not too many defenders there. Seems like that offensive pressure is just getting the better of Gentle Paws here. As the shots just start going really, really strong. A lot of them in a row. Gentle Paws not having too many opportunities to set themselves, plant themselves on defense. They're kind of getting pounced on every single time. It seems like the ball's on their corner. Although this is a great shot opportunity. Shelby will come out of nowhere to double that one in. Fantastic follow through. It's a really, really good first touch. Reads the bounce perfectly. Will make it only a 1-goal deficit. 2-1, 3:21 to go. So this is definitely a close game. They're not out of it yet. And we'll try to equalize here. See if they're able to do so.
And that was kind of exactly what you needed for Gentle Paws to get a little bit more momentum on their side here. As Shelby is going to take this one off of Fire Streak. Maybe a little bit too preemptively. Fire now in a tough position with no boost. Luckily, no one on the LumiMawcity side going to be able to touch that. And just to make sure everybody knows, we have a good old NA West versus NA East matchup. So, entire server choice for this will be US Central. And we do know how notorious US Central servers can be. So, hopefully, no issues for any of the players here. Doesn't look like it so far as Levi gets a crucial touch off the back wall. You know Shelby was going to put that into the back of the net if they got anywhere near that double tap. Now, Shelby having to move this out. Aerolax will be the first up to it. It's going to be Strawberry with the pass downfield. Gala to put it over to the side, but it's going to be an awkward bounce for the LumiMawcity defense. Gentle Paws tries to go for it, but they're not going to quite make contact. And with less than half the game remaining, still looking for one more goal.
And it seems like the Gentle Paws offense is ramping up, and we'll get a goal out of this. This is a fantastic play. I think there was a demo that cleared that one out. There was. Fantastic demo from Strawberry to leave that goal completely open. And they're definitely ramping the pressure up here. They're connecting on a lot of these passing plays. They're following up, getting out of those defensive positions that they were kind of stuck in the first couple minutes of this game. It's almost like feels like an entirely new team here, as they are getting way more offensive possession than I think they had early on. Passing plays, they just entirely trying to, almost seems like they are just taking these switching to the offensive strategy of just trying to shoot as many shots as you can on net, try to make them awkward. It seems to be working for them. They seem to be winning the possession game here in the latter half of this game. Here's an opportunity, fantastic touch to get that out of dangerous. Dollar not able to follow that one through. That was almost scary. But really, really well played defensively from Gentle Paws to keep that one out of the net. And again, they're just ramping this pressure up. They're getting a lot of really, really good touches, and they're following through on them, which is what you want to see. They weren't really doing that at the beginning. They're definitely locked in.
I'm very surprised, honestly, by how consistent the touches Levi is getting are. They're always very high, very good passes out to their teammates. Unfortunately, a few of them, no one there to commit for it, but I think if they keep that up, a goal is just waiting in the wings for LumiMawcity. However, they're going to have to get past the Gentle Paws defense, and if we know anything from Season 0, is that Gentle Paws knows how to play defense. Now a shot coming out, saved by Aerolax. That's going to be a little bit of an easier one for him. Not enough space for Shelby to really shoot that on too dangerously. Now that's going to be a dangerous one. Strawberry with the shot. It's going to be high, and they're going to want that one back. Aerolax with a long clear downfield. Goes for the second touch, but it's going to be off the side. And attacking seems to be ramping up for both teams as the final 30 seconds come through.
Yeah, it seems like both teams really want to end this in regulation. A lot of shots, a lot of pressure from both teams, not a whole lot of defense. Just take the ball, counterattack, take shots. Seems like everyone's just flying at the ball. That might just go in. It just bounces out. Fire is able to get a touch to make it awkward. And again, just diving on the ball, trying to keep the pressure going. So fantastic dive as a second man from
Oh, that's a
Strawberry
bad
to keep that one.
touch.
So just slightly too high. That's Levi. Cannot get the shot on. Airlex has full boost. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. That is going to hit the ground. Overtime game 1. And again, looks like we might have another really close series here. 2-2. Golden goal.
Golden goal for sure. As a shot opportunity could have came out for LumiMawcity there. Shelby immediately puts that out. The pass to Strawberry Sorcerer almost nails Shelby on that pass back. And that would have been an excellent goal. However, now a little bit awkward. Gentle Paws going to be pushed a little too far forward. Shelby doing a really good job of reading that from Aerolax. It's going to be bouncing out. And Aerolax barely gets that save to keep his team alive in game number 1.
That's fantastic composure. I thought for sure that would bounce awkwardly in, but Airlex reading that very well off of the post there, able to get a nice touch out, completely ending that offensive possession. Again here, a lot of shot opportunities. It seems like the pressure is almost entirely on Gentle Paws' side as they're cutting off every single defensive touch, almost like they've reverse Uno carded. This was happening to them in the first half of this game, but they've completely turned the tables. And now they're the ones cutting off every single pass out. There's another opportunity. Shelby has a fantastic touch, but Aerolax full boost will make that one an easy save for him. And might have a counter opportunity here. Like, not quite enough boost there to get the flick that I think he wanted.
Oh,
This
it's
is an
open.
opportunity for... This might be high. If Gala can get there in time, Gala does. What a good touch. And a lot of shot opportunities. Not quite sure who's going to break through this defense first.
Like Shelby going for another one. Aerolax plays back in the net. Very wise from him. Demoed on the play, though. It's going to be up to Gala to try and put this mid for a teammate, but nobody is going to be there. A long clear downfield. Aerolax moved too far forward, and Shelby gets the first goal for OT there. And that's going to be Gentle Paws coming up with the victory in game number 1.
Oh, man. I mean, a great defense the entire game. Just a slight breakdown there in rotations. You hate to see it. You love to see it, depending on who you're rooting for. Gentle Paws will take advantage of that with a fantastic shot, long clear. You go up 1 game. It's a really good position to be in these best of 5s. So we'll see if they're able to take this momentum into game 2.
Yeah, for sure. That was really good for Gentle Paws. A very close game between both of those teams there, but it does seem like Shelby just made a little bit of the difference there. And I will say something that I'm noticing from LumiMawcity is maybe a little bit too much reliance on Aerolax in that front line and that back line. Honestly, Levi shutting me up a little bit with an excellent goal there, but besides that, it seemed like Aerolax was doing mostly everything for the team. Meanwhile, Gentle Paws have seemed to have a really good chemistry with some good passing plays, and Shelby is just fitting right in with them.
Yeah, it seems like almost two slightly different approaches. I think we're seeing Gentle Paws go for more of that team play, a lot of passing, and it seems like LumiMawcity is more going for that counter attack, try to get the ball fast out, and with Airlex being the higher rank player, I think he's just going to be on the ball a lot. So it seems to be that he's the one taking a lot of those opportunities. We'll see if they're able to, I think, maybe lock in a little bit more. I think on some of those defensive third passing plays. But we do have a game 2 here, so if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it now.
That is indeed. They do not want to be playing for a reverse sweep here for LumiMawcity. They want to keep this one as close as possible, and they might be able to do it off the kickoff. Not going to find the net, though, but an opportunity to move out. But Strawberry doing really good at keeping that ball on their car with the little boost that they had, making sure no opportunities can come forward. And now we'll see, as we move into Urban Central, how these teams adapt to one another. Shelby gonna be off that sidewall, and Gala looking for the shot, not gonna be able to find it. Levi accidentally touches it over their teammate, and Daki not seeing the best rotation coming out from LumiMawcity, but they're starting to get some chances.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start here. I think they ended up on the back foot. Got the kickoff goal almost went in, but ever since then, it seems like a lot of scrambling, trying to maybe get some possession here, maybe take control of the pace. They're just getting met every single time. They try to do anything with the ball, it seems like, with a 50. They're not winning these 50s, which just causing them to have to collect boost and maybe try to compose themselves. Not quite the best touches. That's a great touch from Gala, but again, once again, Shelby will be there, take control of this. Losing the possession battle here. They will have to try to get some of these touches forward, connect with each other. This is 0-0 here, so not drastic. There's a really good pass, and that's more like what you want to see. So I didn't get those midfield passing plays. That one doesn't go in, but it is a good it's a good sign, as that one almost unfortunately rolls itself in, but great composure there from Aerolux to keep that one out.
And now Levi, excellent touch for the clear there. Gala having to follow up, not gonna get the touch, and Aerolax gonna be in a bit of an awkward spot with not a lot of boost to work with. We'll be able to get that one out though, and Gala with the follow-up. Now Arrow once again past Strawberry, but Shelby is already up for this. And I'm seeing that the aggression from Shelby is really helping out this Gentle Paws squad here. Really allowing them to push out of the midfield and out of their own half in very crucial moments. So it looks like the sub buff is starting to come in for them a little bit. Now, Gala off the side. That's going to be awkward, but no one there for LumiMawcity. And that's going to be something that they need to watch for to try and take advantage of coming into these attacking options, because they're not quite getting the right sort of offense going for the squad right now. Still tied though, and plenty of time to get that first goal, but it's really going to rely on how well they can spot these opportunities out later on in this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a miscommunication that's happening. It seems like a lot of these touchouts that are going are just unfortunately being met by the opponents and Gentle Paws, kind of stalling these offensive possessions that they're having. Although here's an opportunity, and as I say that, of course, Gala will shove that one. That's a fantastic pass from Aerolax. Just beats out two here in the corner. Kind of puts Shelby in an awkward position. Has to jump up that quick, but Gala's just there. Has much better angle on that one. Top left. They take a lead here. They haven't been playing, I think, as tight as they want to, but they have the lead. So that's a good sign if you're LumiMawcity, being able to take the lead here with maybe a little bit more shaky play than I think they wanted early on.
Now off the kickoff, it looks like Aerolax will have control of this ball. Gentle Paws is too far upfield, and that's going to be a second goal. Well placed by Aerolax, and you know that he could see exactly where everyone was on the field. You see Fire just a little bit too far forward. You just got to take advantage of that whenever possible. If you're Fire, stay back a little bit, buddy. You're close, but you just couldn't quite get there. But we'll see if they can come back from this 2-0 deficit here real quick, as I think we saw the pressure start to mount for Gentle Paws around this time in the last match as well, or in the last game. And now a pass out mid. No one's going to be there, but Fire maybe a little bit too panicky on that touch. It goes off to the side. We might just see a tied game here soon, as a minute 35 on the clock. It's going to be hard to get 2 goals here. Might be harder to get a third if it comes through. But Aerolax just going to have to clear this one out. Gala staying very far behind this play. Maybe a little bit worried about challenging there. Now another long clear. Aerolax going to just play that 50 game so well past Shelby, but they're going to have it through one. A good dunk by Strawberry, but no one's going to be able to come forward. And Docky, what do we need to see from Gentle Paws here?
Well, you mentioned it before, and I think you're absolutely on point. They definitely have a tendency, or at least seem to have a tendency, to ramp up their pressure here in the later half of the game. They've had a few gift opportunities, just weren't able to convert on them, unfortunately, but this pressure is absolutely ramping up here. But it seems like the counterattack, or the counter from LumiMawcity, is just too strong. It's able to cut off a lot of these opportunities. Just quicker to the ball. This unfortunate touch from Strawberry will put an end to that counterattack. Shelby will have possession. And if they need to score, they're going to need to score on this possession, it feels like. It feels almost insurmountable. They've had opportunities, but they'll need to score as quick as possible if they want to have a chance in this game. And they are up on the series, so it isn't drastic if they do lose this one. I'm sure they'd like to be up 2-0 in the series, as that possession also ends. With 10 seconds just about left, you have to think this one is just about over.
Yeah, it does look like we're not going to have a lot of replays for this one, guys. It's going to be a quick 2-0 for LumiMawcity. Might be a 3-0, but no. LumiMawcity is going to be able to take that one and tie up the series. And honestly, can you ask for any more in this game? I mean, it is Aerolax versus Fire. We want to go all the way to a game 5, but very good play coming out from LumiMawcity. I'd have to expect that they're going to start ramping up the pressure here as they get the momentum on their side. But very well played from Gentle Paws as well. Just couldn't commit on the opportunities given. And Firestreak in chat saying, "Bruh, I miss open nets." Just shake it off and go next game, Fire. You were close there, but we'll see what game 3 has in store for you. But yeah, no, LumiMawcity. Sorry, that's a mouthful.
A little bit of a tongue
they're
twister.
really showing up.
Yeah, I mean, the offense that they have is incredibly strong. I think they're susceptible, I think, to some of those counterattacks. I think when they're getting cut off constantly, like you saw in that first game, where they're not really able to get the ball out of their own defensive third, they tend to struggle. But as soon as they get those counterattacks going, those offensive opportunities, they seem almost unstoppable. The pressure is just, every time they have pressure, it feels like it lasts half the game. So they're definitely doing a good job of just keeping those shots on net. We'll see if Gentle Paws is able to counter that, maybe get some of those, we get back to that first game form of cutting off that offensive pressure that they were having.
As we get into game 3, we'll see if they can do just that. Tied up in the series, both teams wanting to start off the league with a win would do great for LumiMawcity, honestly, having that week off and then still being able to come out and get the win, even though they haven't been able to have as many scrims as their opponents. But Gala showing that scrim results might not even matter at all as they get the first goal. Excellent pass from Aerolax. And unfortunately, Strawberry tries to read that off the back wall. Not quite able to get the follow through there.
This is scary for Gentle Paws. If LumiMawcity starts connecting on these passing plays offensively, it might not go super well for them. As that is what we kind of were missing earlier on from LumiMawcity, is those midfield offensive passing plays. Kind of setting each other up. That was a fantastic pass. Although this one might be dangerous. And just as I say that, again, it seems like both teams are doing what they're trying to go into what they're best at. So again, just cutting off those passes, just making it awkward. Gala has to zero boost, try to race back to that one. Not enough boost to get back to it though, unfortunately. It is 1-1, 4:32. Both teams are going to keep this one very close.
And I'm very excited to see where this one leads, as we seem to have a goal-scoring game on our hands. Shelby getting the second one off the kickoff. Then you can see Aerolax going up for that touch, can't quite make it, and Levi just a little bit too far out of net to be able to get the touch on that one. Now Gentle Paws up by 2, and I think this is exactly what you want to see from them if you are a fan of the squad. They really need to start pushing hard in these early games. As we said, they ramp up a lot in those mid to late games, but their early game is where they seem to be lacking. Now that we're starting to see them score goals early on, maybe that won't be so much of a problem. Now Shelby against Gala. Gala gets the 50, but Shelby has way more boost and is able to push. But now Aerolax with a close shot. Was that a miss or a save by both of the Gentle Paws defense there? Because I couldn't tell.
I think it was just unfortunately slightly off, just bounces off the post and rolls itself out. They did a good job of keeping this dangerous, as they do have an opportunity. That's an unfortunate double commit though, they will have to race back to it. So there's a counterattack opportunity for Gentle Paws. Shelby might have the read there, does not have the read. Fire will have to take this carefully. I also want to give this ball to Aerolax. Fire does a fantastic job playing the 1v1 there though, gets the bump on Gala. Way to stay in the play there. They have a 1-goal lead here. I'm sure they'd like to make it 2. See if LumiMawcity though will be able to get that offense ramped back up, see if they can equalize. I'm sure they'd love to.
Now Shelby trying to get the back wall read. Nothing there, but Aerolax's shot gonna be way too high for anybody to commit on. And I gotta say, very good work from Gentle Paws playing with low boost on that last exchange, as it did seem like a goal opportunity would come out, but Shelby actually did really good at playing the ball past everybody there, allowing for their teammates to get boosted up. Now Strawberry gonna have this all the way down. It's just gonna be Levi in the back. That's gonna be an awkward position. It's past Levi, but Aerolax gets the boost over to Gala, but the shot's gonna be wide. Levi looks for a shot, but it's not going to be the right angle. And half the game remaining, LumiMawcity still down by 1. The pass coming out to Shelby Squirrel. And the bump from Airlax is going to relieve any pressure that Paws might have had on that situation. As Levi, a little bit of a whiff, but it fakes out. Oh no, the own goal! It's gonna go in! Levi gets credited for that, and I think that's Fire's first own goal.
Oh no, well, it was bound to happen eventually. I feel like it was foretold. I mean, all things considered, it's an unfortunate own goal, but this is, I feel like, just a cause of that pressure that LumiMawcity was having, just non-stop, just trying to get the ball forward. I mean, we saw earlier, just a few seconds ago, that fantastic passing play that almost connected. That would have been glorious. And this is what I'm loving the passing plays I'm seeing out of LumiMawcity. Unfortunately, though, that one just doesn't go their way. Fire Streak says, I will take that goal back. Thank you very much. And they will take back their 1-goal lead. This is a fantastic read. An unfortunate pop-out, but what a read. Great placement. 2-11. So a lot of time here to equalize. And Paws will have the 1-goal lead going into game 3 here.
And I think that goal was excellent for the mental of Fire Streak right there, especially right after scoring an own goal in such a spectacular fashion. Oh no! Airlax, as I live and breathe, trying to talk well about Paws. He is gonna come and shut me up. Excellent touch from him. And Strawberry so close to that save, but just too far out of net to get the angle out. And we're all tied up once again. It seems like LumiMawcity is doing really good at getting that back to a tying game as soon as they get the lead. Now, we'll have to see how Paws responds. A shot, gonna be a little bit to the side. Strawberry, not a great commit. Oh, I'm sorry. My throat just closed up for a second. Airlax, with the touch, gets the double, but Gala's gonna be too far forward, allowing Fire to move forward on this one. Now past one. Fire doesn't go for that touch, and Shelby gonna have to stay back here, as next goal might be a golden opportunity for a team to go up to match point here. As time ticks down on the clock, 1:17 left. Each touch becoming more and more crucial as the game goes on. Airlax past one. Tons of boost to work with. They're past Shelby, but gets bumped. Gala will be there. The shot gonna be wide, and Levi pushes too far forward. Can Strawberry get it in time? No, Airlax has it cleared to the side once again. And we remain tied here, Docky.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh no! And as I was just about to say, I'm not sure if that was a breakdown offensively or if that was a magical defense. Just unfortunately, this is definitely a breakdown in rotation here. Just an unfortunate pop-out, and no one on LumiMawcity is ready for that ball going in net. Goes past all 3 players, and with 53 seconds left, Paws will take a 1-goal lead. And the goals do seem to come in bunches here. So 52 seconds doesn't seem like a lot of time when you're in the game. They've been able to equalize rather quickly throughout this entire game. So they definitely got a lot of time here to score. I'm sure they're going to stay composed here. Gala does get it forward. This is a very good opportunity. Only Shelby in net. It's a great pass. Just not quite there. Unfortunately, goes a little bit too high. Fantastic save from Strawberry to keep that one out of dangerous territory. Great follow through as well. Like this, Airlax will take this high. Does get 50'd rather well. Gala will try to keep this mid. Has a shooting opportunity. Gets it past 2. And just like we had said, goals coming in bunches here. 21 seconds left. They're able to equalize this. This is fantastic speed. Just great pressure here. Stays on it. Keeps it awkward. Gets it past 2. 21 seconds left for all. And this is just a pure shootout that we have on our hands here.
And this does not look like the Paws of old. As I live and breathe, like this team has evolved to become a lot more aggressive, and you can really see it in their play style. Now Strawberry, 10 seconds left. That's not the best touch. Levi's shot will be saved by Fire. And if you're Airlax, you're probably going to be trying to dribble this one downfield. Try to end this in regulation. Gets the flip reset. The touch is not going to make it. And we're in OT for game number 3. A crucial golden goal to go ahead in this series. Go to match point. Who's going to be able to take this one? Airlax in the air to start us off. Fire's going to get beat, but Shelby stays back. Strawberry misses the touch, but Gala can't get the read. Levi will be there. I think that might have been on target, but it's going to be taken away by Fire Streak. Now Airlax pass back. Levi will be there. Shelby with the long clear. Are we going to see a repeat of game 1? Demo on the play. Airlax can't get there. Strawberry with the shot. It's going to go in. And Paws, 30 seconds in, go to match point.
That's a crucial win for Gentle Paws. An unfortunate loss. Fantastic bump. Gets Aerolax completely out of the play. Levi needs to be up early for that, and it's just too powerful of a shot to react to in time. Top left, fantastic placement. That's a 2-0 series lead for Gentle Paws. That's it looks very, very good for them. For LumiMawcity, it's not the scariest thing. These games have been very close, so they definitely can reverse sweep if they need to. I think that they have the offensive prowess to do that, but definitely not the position you want to be in.
Definitely not, but honestly, what a great game from both teams, and I'm very impressed by what both of these squads have been showing us in this first week of league play. And this is only the first week. I can't wait to see what week 22 is going to have in store for us for these teams, as this was quite a good goal-scoring game. 9 goals at the end of the day, and we'll have to see if LumiMawcity can bring this back.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities. I mean, I felt like it could have been, 9-8 at the end there, which is how many shots on net there were. Just very, very high pace, a lot of offense. And every time someone scored, unfortunately, you can't score a tie-up goal in overtime. So, that kind of having to come back from behind that LumiMawcity was doing for that game just kind of came back to bite them in overtime. But well played, I think, both teams. We'll see if LumiMawcity is able to adjust. I think maybe lock up their defense a little bit more going into Game 3 here.
And I'm very excited to see what game number 4 has in store for us, because if anything shows what happens during live games, we're probably going to see a game number 5. Now, I did just see, as we moved into this game, the sign of a Batmobile coming out, and I believe that's going to be Levi on that. A very interesting choice in car. I don't think we've ever seen somebody play it in RFDL, and that is for sure the car that he has chosen. And the Batmobile, kind of like the Dominus as we saw him in, but with a much lower to the ground hitbox. That's going to make some challenges a lot harder to deal with. Do you think that that's going to be helpful to the LumiMawcity squad here?
Well, the plank hitbox is notoriously difficult when it comes to driving around. It feels like you're trying to turn a double-decker bus around. But I mean, you get some fantastic flicks, some fantastic power. It's a little bit hard to read. I call that the Batmobile effect, trying to get some of those flicks off. The ball has a tendency to fly crazily. It almost feels like you have no control over it sometimes with those plank hitboxes. Oh, that's a fantastic shot from Aerolax. That is a ridiculous redirect here. I'm not even sure. Oh, he does get the boost there. I didn't even see him grab that mid boost. Just able to go over 2 players. Fantastic read. We'll take the early lead. I'm sure LumiMawcity is very happy with that 1-goal lead. They've been kind of feels like they've been fighting from behind here in the last few games here.
Now Gala finding an opportunity. Shelby actually playing that really well, bumping Gala out of the way, but no double tap could be achieved there. Levi getting the 50, but it's going to go straight to Shelby, who pops it a bit late. I don't think I've ever seen a player do that. And they might get the opportunity. Fire off the crossbar, and it's a triple commit. Can Shelby get back in time? They won't need to. It's going to be off to the side, barely from the offense. But that was a rough one for Gentle Paws, almost going down by 2. Another opportunity, this time saved by Shelby.
Bit of an open net miss there. We've been seeing that a few times this series from both sides. Again, it seems like LumiMawcity has just completely taken over the offense here. A few opportunities for Gentle Paws, just not able to get through there. As I say that, here's an opportunity and an open net. Great demo from Strawberry on Gala. Make sure that no one has a chance to get back to this ball. And of course, as I say that they're not able to connect on these offensive opportunities, they do the exact opposite of that and score a fantastic goal. Just really, really good counterattack. One from LumiMawcity is able to get back in time. Equalize. 3:11 left. We'll see if LumiMawcity is able to get a hold here. Maybe take the lead back.
Oh, Shelby trying to look for a shot off the kickoff there. Little bump on Levi. Oh, that's an awkward ball. Gala has to rush back to that one, and Aerolax going to be in an awkward position to take this save, but we'll be able to as they shoot right on top of them. However, Gentle Paws with a lot of aggression. Good touch from Gala there to relieve some of that pressure. Now as LumiMawcity try to get the lead back once again, they try to move forward, but we're seeing a lot of long clears coming out from Gentle Paws, and that seems to be working out well for them, letting them put on a lot of aggression on this blue net. Now, past Gala, but the touch goes out to Levi. Shelby looking for the read. It's going to be off the back wall and out. And Arilax, good positioning to keep this in play, but Shelby's going to be the first one to this one. Big pinch off the sidewall. It's just going to be left to Gala as more blue side aggression does pop out. Levi popping up to a teammate, but Arilax knows they can't get there in time, and they're just going to have to retreat. Big beat there. Off the corner. It's going to be an awkward read for Fire, but gets it. Shelby tries to put it up high. Maybe looking for the doink into the back of the net instead. Not able to quite get there.
Yeah, I'm
And
starting to wonder.
Strawberry.
I'm starting to wonder if the strategy here, as I say that, the strategy here almost seems from General Paws to be just to wait for them to make mistakes and kind of push the issue here, make things awkward, and just wait for a miss and then pounce on it. A lot of counterattacks, a lot of playing the misses. If they continue to do that, I don't think they will allow, or at least allow a lot of goals to go in their net, as they're playing a little bit more safe, kind of playing and waiting rather than staying entirely fully aggressive.
Oh, a shot opportunity from Gala. It's going to be off the side a little bit. And now an opportunity for General Paws as no one's going to be back. And a little bit of desperation plaguing LumiMawcity there. They really wanted that second goal, and unfortunately, going to be giving Gentle Paws a third here.
And kind of a gift from Gala, unfortunately. Maybe wanted to take that back, just not enough power on that. No boost to be able to catch back up to it. Sorry, we'll hit it first. And again, just Gentle Paws taking advantage of these mistakes here. It is a 2-goal game, so not entirely impossible. 124 left in the match. If they score here quickly and still be in this, Gentle Paws will try to do everything they can to make sure that does not happen. Because again, it seems like they're just playing a little bit safer, not trying to make any mistakes, trying to let the other team make mistakes so that they can take advantage. And a miss comes through again. So just a little bit more awkward gameplay. As you said, it feels like it's almost desperation. A little bit of a breakdown, I think. Maybe they lost the confidence, I think, going down one. I'll have to turn that around really quickly if they want to have a chance in this game and in this series.
A good shot attempt from Arilax, but unfortunately it's just against Shelby in the defense. And that's going to be a good clear. And as you did say, I do think there's a little bit of desperation, but they are seeing some hope. That pounce is not going to go Arilax's way, though. And with 35 seconds left, they're going to need to start scoring right now if they want to come back in this series. A touch coming out from Strawberry that was not great, but no one able to pounce on that one from LumiMawcity. And as time ticks down, this could be the final goal. Strawberry gets an open net.
3.
And that seems to be it. Down by 3 with 19 seconds left. It looks like Gentle Paws is going to be taking this series.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a breakdown, I think, in the latter half of this game. I'm not sure if it was desperation or if they just kind of lost the nerve there, but well played for the most part of the series by LumiMawcity up until about the last 2 minutes of the series. I think the game just got away from them a little bit more mistakes than I think they would have liked. I'm sure they would even admit to as much. So with 10 seconds left, 3 goals down, this game is all but over. And along with that, the series is. Maybe Arilax gets one for the road? No, not even that, unfortunately.
Fire doesn't want it.
Fire wants the 3, the goal difference. And that will be a 3-0 sweep for Gentle Paws, and I'm sure they'll love to see that. That'll be great for their confidence. So they move forward. 1-0 for them on the league. Unfortunately for LumiMawcity, they will be 0-1.
I forgot to hit the button, guys, but don't worry. It's all done. Gentle Paws will be winning that one. 3-1. But it's a great move from both teams, honestly. I think that they really impressed me with how they showed up there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely played very well throughout the entire series. It feels like they could have taken that game, even that game, the 4-1 game, earlier on. It's unfortunately just got away from them a little bit. So, well played. I think their offense was fantastic. Just not able to connect on some of those shots, opportunities that they had. I think if they put most of those shot opportunities that they had in the net, I think it's a much closer game. Probably as high scoring as we saw previously.
Yeah, for sure. And Gentle Paws, what can you say? They look really good coming out in this first week. I know that they have been getting some pretty good scrim results, so I was kind of expecting a win from them, but not in that dominant of a fashion. I mean, I guess I could call it dominant. It wasn't necessarily... NA production, everybody. NA production. I love my job. Either way, guys, as I was trying to say, I'm very impressed by what they were able to pull off here. And I can't wait to see what they bring next week. But Docky, final thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I mean it was a very close series. I think that could have gone either way. Ton of offense. I mean, I that was a pure shootout. It felt like, even if the scoreline wasn't as high in those later games, it was definitely, or in that later game, it was definitely a lot of shots on net. So I mean, just from a entertainment perspective, just seeing a lot of goals go in, just fun to see.
Yeah, I have to agree. Now, I know that you guys might be asking the leaderboard and everything, but because we had a live game, we are going to update the leaderboard on our master sheet instead, and we will have the leaderboard graphic ready for you guys to view during the podcast, which comes out this Wednesday, where we're also going to be revealing the MVP of the week and the series of the week that we think, the series that we think was the best. I think we know which one that's going to be. I think that's kind of without a doubt, so you'll be seeing some replays of that series, along with the MVP, whoever that may be. So make sure to tune in Wednesday at 10 p.m. EST to view that podcast where we reveal those. And we'll be talking about next week's matches as well. But just to show off what we've got for next week, guys, because we don't want to leave you hanging. We want you guys to know what teams are going to be playing next week. Let's go ahead and show everybody what they are in store for here. Going into week number 2 of league play, we're going to have Awaptic Gaming versus Gentle Paws. We have X3 Tactics versus LumiMawcity. Protogen Rebellion versus Fox Clan. Dignipaws versus Persian 1. BDS versus Black Bunny Gaming. And Twisted Tales versus Claude 9. Docky, this is a nice, very good, very, very exciting lineup coming through. I'm very excited to see these matches. Which one are you excited for the most? Not counting your own, of course.
Well, not counting my own matchup here. The Protogen Rebellion Fox Clan, that is another battle of the GC3 GC2 combos. So that'll be really interesting to see. I think how those two teams go to play here. I think I mentioned one of those teams coming out of that will be 0-2. So that'll be, I think we'll see how well they're able to kind of play with that maybe on their minds going forward. So that's the biggest one for me to look out for.
I am just going to make a quick call out, Cookie Cat. I might have to ban you. You're slandering. You're slandering in Rocket League somehow. I don't know how you're able
What
to
are
do
you
this to
talking
me,
about?
but you're
I'm not
doing that.
doing anything, bro. I'm not doing anything.
Everybody, it's Cookie Cat. But you guys know how it is. But besides that, I think we are done for the day, guys. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. I hope you've all enjoyed week 1 of RFDL. We got a lot more of this to come. We're going to be going at least the next 22 weeks, Docky. I hope you're in this for the long run, because this is going to be an incredible season. Everybody's already putting out some excellent gameplay, and I can't wait to see what everyone has in store for us as that chemistry on those teams starts to get better and better. Docky, any final words on the day?
I'm very excited to see how the league progresses, and GG's everybody.
GG's indeed. That's going to be it from me and Docky and the rest of the desk. Congratulations to all the teams that won. Congratulations to Gentle Paws for the winners of that last match. And we will see how all you guys do next week in week 2 of league play. And remember to come around at 10 p.m. to the channel on Wednesday, EST, of course, to view the RFDL podcast. It's going to be a fun one. We'll see you guys then.